Hello, welcome back to another video. You can tell by this big fat grin on my face. I'm so excited to be filming this video for you guys. This is part one of my reviews that are coming on ALPHALETE's new Terra collection drop. It's the Amplify Contour. We've got joggers, we've got hoodies, there's caps dropping, there's t-shirts dropping, but mainly it's the activewear that I'm excited for. So you'll have heard me say part one, don't panic guys. We're not going to have 6 hours worth of footage, you know. This isn't like one 3-hour video. The second one will be 3 hours. This video is going to be my full review as normal, and as normal, timestamps will be below because you're probably going to need them. These are new items, so there's a lot of things to go over. However, I, since February, have really wanted to bring back the videos that Christian used to do, where he used to have multiple people in different sizes, and he would basically pre-launch ask them what they thought about fit, and you could also see it on not just different sizes but different body shapes, because let's be fucking real, every single person that works for ALPHALETE, even if they wear a different size, the shape and build between men and women, but obviously I'm going to be focusing on women's, it's the same. It's the same. There isn't any difference. There's no one with sort of different shapes. And I know from coaching women, you will know from even walking around on a day-to-day basis, you will know from being in the gym, it is not representative of what a lot of women look like. And it's so unfair that people don't get to see what these things are actually going to look like on someone who might look a little bit more similar to them before they drop. You guys will have a lot more confidence in your purchasing decisions, and also just feel like you actually know what you're getting yourself into when it comes to, will this product work for you or will it not work for you? It could really sell a product to you, it could completely put you off a product, but that's what matters. You guys need to know what you're getting yourselves into. I've wanted to do this since February, but then the activewear sort of fell off. I'll just be completely honest, like I've been having to review t-shirts and pajama bottoms for the past like 3 months, so even though I have a lot of issues, spoiler alert, issues with the new Contour collection, I'm fucking excited to actually be reviewing activewear again. This is my passion. This is my passion. Outside of coaching, I love activewear, and I'm so excited to be doing a proper review again for you guys. Where has ALPHALETE been for the past 3 months? I don't know, but they are back with some newness, with some freshness. Everything here, it's new, she's fresh. So now that the activewear is back, the plan is, from this video onwards, you will always get 2 reviews for me when there is a new activewear range drop coming. You will get my review, which will normally go up first, depending on people's schedules, and then you will get a review of some people in different sizes, giving you their thoughts, what they would spend money on, and yeah, this is paid work opportunities. You guys are going to get paid if you come and do a video with me. You will be paid for your time, and also paid for the fact that I am allowed to put you online. You will get to keep any sets that we use. So yeah, we are going to be starting that, and that video should go up before the launch. It's not going to be perfect the first time because I think it's going to take a while, and maybe a couple of these videos for people to have the confidence to come forwards to do these videos. But yeah, I am so excited to be doing this for you guys. And also thank you to ALPHALETE for sort of working with me on this, because obviously if they can't send me the sizes pre-launch, then I wouldn't be able to do these videos. But regardless, even if there is a launch going forwards, an activewear launch where it's new activewear, where ALPHALETE can't get the products to me in different sizes, I will buy them on launch day and we'll do it post-launch. So yeah, I'm really excited to be doing that, and that video should come next week. One thing that I did definitely want to signpost in this video is, with this launch being very sort of nudie tones, I'm just going to give you guys a couple of examples of people who you can go and check out who have different skin tones to me. So if you are on the paler side, Claudia is very fair skinned. Medium skin tones, you've got Rachel, Alexandra, she's also really nice, love her. You've got Nanki, and then for deeper skin tones, you've got Courtney, I really don't want to butcher a second name, Saracino. I don't know how you say a second name, but she's beautiful. Anyway, so go and follow her on Instagram. There isn't still like a massive wide range of skin tones with ALPHALETE, just gonna be completely honest. That needs to be improved as well, but I thought I would just signpost those accounts so that you guys can see these colours on different skin tones of different affiliates and athletes. So yeah, and if anyone from ALPHALETE is watching this, they might be, they might not be, please can we have like at least 2 to 3 models for each item on the website so that people can pick different sizes, and like when you click on the size it's going to show a model that wears that size. I feel like a lot of other brands do it and I feel like it should be done. They did have some different size models on the website for the birthday sale launch, but for whatever reason those images have since been reshot and now it's someone who wears a size small. So yeah, we need to see better. We need to see a better range with the website pictures, because that will massively help people with purchasing decisions as well. Second thing that I wanted to go over really quickly that's not related to the review, but before I get into it, is just a massive big fat thank you. I recently re-signed, not resigned. My whole family roasted me about that. They were all like, oh, we thought you'd said you'd resigned for the 4th time. No, I meant re-signed. My A star in English at A level is quite frankly embarrassing. Clearly I need to brush up on those skills. But I very recently re-signed with ALPHALETE for the 4th time, which I'm super excited about, which means I get to keep doing these videos, and I would not, like, categorically, especially not with 21k on Instagram, I would categorically not be getting to keep doing these videos if it wasn't for you guys running up my code. So I just want to say the biggest thank you, because I've been doing this for a couple of years now and I would not be able to do any of this without you guys. It doesn't matter how much of my foot I put into a review, if it was not for you guys appreciating that and using my code, it would mean absolutely nothing. So you guys are literally the absolute best, and I know a lot of you don't have Instagram, so I wanted to make sure that I thanked you properly here on YouTube as well. So having said that, I'm going to be doing a big fat giveaway. Normally my only giveaway at this time of year is my big Black Friday giveaway, and trust me, she's going to be coming. However, it just doesn't feel right, especially like this launch coinciding with me just re-signing. It doesn't feel right to not do something a little bit more special for you guys. So recently broke my gym bag. I know you're thinking, where the fuck are you going with this? But trust me, it leads into the giveaway. And I posted about the fact that my gym bag had broken, and I believe it was Dylan, because Dylan is the nice guy who does shit like this. I think he saw my story, and all of a sudden the other day another medium-sized ALPHALETE duffel bag showed up at the door. However, I already have other duffel bags from ALPHALETE that I can use, and I'd already switched over to those, so it felt really selfish and wasteful to keep that bag for myself. I just felt a bit icky about keeping it, so I am going to be giving it away as part of this giveaway. So that's going to be one of the prizes, but it's not just the gym bag. It's going to be the gym bag, a full ALPHALETE set of your choice, 2 of your favorite supplement items from your favorite supplement brand, and I'm also going to get your sizes and fill it with some Skims goodies for you, because one thing that I love other than ALPHALETE is Skims. So I would love to give away some Skims pieces. So it's basically like a gym bag of like your gym essentials, but also my gym essentials, because Skims is actually something that I keep in my gym bag to wear after the gym for my comfort. So yeah, I'm really excited to be doing this, and probably some other goodies as well. And there will also be, for £100 or $100, Canadian or US, it doesn't matter, ALPHALETE gift cards as part of this giveaway. You do not have to be shopping the launch to enter this giveaway. This is a genuine, like, thank you to anyone who has supported me this year. So this giveaway is going to close on the 20th of October, just because the launch is the 30th, so I want to give you guys a little bit of extra time to purchase, especially because I know that some people get paid on the 15th of the following month, so it will run until the 20th of October. But if you have used my code anytime between January the 1st this year and October the 20th this year, you can enter that giveaway, and all you need to do is enter a screenshot of a code use within that time period and send it to the email, which will be in the description box below. Then we have the monthly giveaway, which is always just gift vouchers for anyone who has used my code within that month. However, I am going to extend that 5 days, so that one's going to be any time between September the 1st and the 5th of October, just because again the launch is the 30th and I want to give people a few more days post-launch so that you guys aren't feeling like you have to buy something on launch day. You can actually think about whether you really want it or not. So I'm going to extend that to like the 5th of October for the monthly ones. And also, you might want to enter my Discord and you might want to follow me on Instagram, because I am also going to be doing some giveaways pre-launch in there. Nothing to do with code uses. I just want to give back to you guys as much as possible, because you guys are the sole reason that I got to keep my job. I got my contract renewed. And you guys are the sole reason why that happened. So I just want to, yeah, I just want to give back as much as possible. Okay, we're going to start getting into the review, but not without a big old juicy disclaimer. I'm going to show you this colour palette. There is blacks, browns, nudes, and just earthy tones. Look at this colour palette, okay? I want us to deep it. First of all, I want to mention, I have every Amplify colour in this haul because this is what I do for work. You do not need to buy, and I don't want anyone to feel the need to buy every single colour from this drop. I honestly don't think you need every single colour from this drop, and that's coming from someone who really likes this colour palette. I love neutrals, but I just want to go against the FOMO marketing and just encourage people to think a bit more about the purchasing decisions, especially because I know so many people don't have that much money at the moment. And also I know a lot of people, I know that people will think it's stupid, but I do actually genuinely know people who have ended up in debt because of activewear. So I will always like take as much pressure off to shop as I possibly can, and that's why I will always, again, come at my reviews from a consumer point of view, because you guys need to know what is worth your money. However, this colour palette is nothing groundbreaking. It's a nice colour palette. I'm not slagging it off. I'm not saying it's bad. I really like this colour palette, but it's not groundbreaking. And the chances are, if you shop from ALPHALETE, or you shop from Honor Active, you shop from Navigation, you shop from any of the big Instagram brands, you have likely got very similar colours in your wardrobe already. You do not need these colours. You don't need anything. You never need anything technically, but I just wanted to relay that point, because if you're really into activewear, honestly, you've probably got very similar tones already in your wardrobe. So if you like the design, fine, but I wouldn't say any of these colours are groundbreaking. And again, I wouldn't have all these colours if I was buying. I would pick a couple, but don't feel when you're watching the hauls, it can be so easy to get carried away and think, oh, I like that colour, but I also like that colour, but I also like that colour, because you're seeing all the colours, but not actually realising you're probably not gonna be able to use them all frequently. So yeah, I just wanted to encourage you guys to not feel the pressure to get every single colour or to get every single jogger, which I did, oops, or, you know, to get anything. There is literally no pressure whatsoever. So yeah, sorry if the lighting just changed a little bit. I've just changed the camera angle before I get into the haul and the lighting a little bit, because it was looking a little grey and I want these colours to show up true to colour. So I have got my trusty laptop with me and we are gonna get into the haul. For reference, these are my measurements. I am 5'6", waist 25, glutes 40 around the biggest point. I feel this is relevant to add to like Amplify hauls. Waist is 25, but I don't have a solid stomach. Like, I do carry body fat on my stomach. I have like a soft stomach. I don't have lean shredded abs, and I feel like it does impact sizing quite a bit, even if you've got the same measurement, because Amplify can sort of squish. I feel like even if you've got the same measurement, or even if someone had a bigger measurement than me, it can impact sizing if they've got like a much more rock solid like abs-isher midsection, if that makes sense. So I thought I would add that. I'm a 32 double D, but they are fake as these nails. They're fake. Actually, this is Builder Gel, so it's not technically fake. My boobs are fake, so take what I'm saying about support with a pinch of salt, but spoiler alert, it's a very low support bra anyway. The inside of my leg is about 29 inches. I'm pretty much all torso, but I do have long femurs as well. So yeah, those are all my measurements. So I'm gonna pop the PDF on the screen of everything that is launching for this drop. And if I'm looking down at all, it's because I've got the PDF up, because I want to read from it. First of all, before I get into this video, I have some, I think, unpopular opinions this time round. And this is the first review I've ever done where I've genuinely felt anxious about filming and posting it, because everyone seems to absolutely love this collection. And maybe I'm just like maybe I am just really picky and really fussy, but I don't love it as much as everyone else has. But I just want to disclaim, like, I'm still very, very, very grateful to have been sent the stuff and to be able to do these videos. And just because I don't like a certain range, it doesn't mean I don't love the brand. I love the people, especially. I do really love the brand, but I do think there's certain elements where they can do better, and also personal preferences do come into this, and I do have quite specific personal preferences. So yeah, I just like to come at these reviews from a consumer point of view, because I'm getting sent this stuff for free. You know, I'm not paying, we don't have pricing yet, but I'm not paying what, £56 for a pair of leggings, you know. And I want to keep that in mind when I'm doing my reviews, because it can be very easy when you get sent so much stuff for free to forget how much this actually costs. And ALPHALETE is a pretty expensive activewear brand out of the like Instagram brands. Their stuff is expensive. So yeah, I just wanted to disclaim that. Please don't hate me, this is just my opinion. And again, I may have a different opinion to someone else, but just because I have a different opinion, it doesn't mean they're lying or being dishonest. And just because someone else might have a different opinion to me, it also doesn't mean I'm lying or being dishonest. So yeah, so we're gonna go over the Amplify new collection first, because let's be honest, that's why everyone clicked on this bloody video in the first place. So we will go over the new collection, but first I just want to read what ALPHALETE have put out about this collection. So, introducing Amplify Contour, the latest innovation in athletic performance wear. An all-new cutting-edge design, Contour represents the next evolution in activewear. We're proud to unveil a redefined version of an unmatched favourite. The Amplify Contour leggings are engineered with precision and crafted with the utmost attention to detail, constructed from high-performance materials. These leggings offer a perfect balance of flexibility, durability, breathability, designed to glide in sync with your every move, with a new contoured fit that complements your body's natural curves. Experience the future of athletic performance. It's time to amplify your potential. I do actually like how that's written, but essentially what they're saying is it's just a new version of Amplify. Don't have any confusion, because you will hear people referring this to Amplify Contour and Amplify V2. It's the same thing. I think that whilst it was in the sampling process, they didn't have a name for it, so it was referred to as V2. And even though it is called Contour, technically it's the second version of Amplify, but it's both the same thing. This is the V2 that you've been seeing, you know, sneak peeked on Christian's stories. This is the finished product. So I wanted to go over the colour palette first, just to show you guys the colours. And I'm going to scooch over a little bit so that I can pop here colour wheels and colour comparisons for each colour that I am going to show you. And I've also pulled out the original colours that are most similar, so I can show you like on camera in this lighting, because sometimes with colour comparisons on an iPhone, it's very hard to show. It can wash colours out or make colours look darker than they actually are. So in the bottoms there are 7 colours launching, and then in the bra you also have a white bra launching as well. So I'm going to go through these colours one by one. So number 1, we have got Porcelain. I would describe this as like a dull, dusty, mauve, light colour. Yeah, I mean, it's probably, everyone really likes this on me, but it's probably one of my least favourite colours. I just feel like it's not, even on the PDF, it wasn't my favourite colour. I will say, on the PDF, this looks a lot more baby pink than it is in real life. It is duller in real life. It's almost like a pinky toned mushroom colour. But yeah, to show you colours that it is similar to, I will pop my colour comparisons on the screen so you can see them. And I will also pop my colour wheel on, which is colours that aren't maybe the same, but they sort of complement it. If you guys are wanting to find like a top, or maybe you want this in a bra, a bottom that goes with it, that's not an exact matching set from a different collection, especially if you don't have like the money for a full set from this time. So this is Porcelain, and then to show you, this is Viola. So Viola is definitely a lot more purple. This is like a pinky mushroom colour. I feel like that's the perfect way to describe it. And then I also grabbed purple dove to show you as well, which is definitely darker, but definitely sort of in the mauve category with porcelain. And then also just to show you blossom. Blossom honestly looks more like the PDF image than porcelain does. Like blossom is a true baby pink, and this one, you can see how dull it is when you put blossom next to it. But yeah, so that is the colour porcelain. Clay is a very dull toned, like dusty orange colour, like a, yeah, it's giving fall vibes. It's probably my least favourite colour, but weirdly, this is Dan's favourite colour on me. He really likes it. I think this looks better on much deeper skin tones or really pale skin tones. I feel like it doesn't look that great on me. I don't know if it's because I've recently fake tanned, but I feel like it just doesn't look that good on me. It could grow on me, but at the moment it's probably my least favourite colour. But yeah, it's like a dull orange colour. It's a lot more dull than Mandarin. Mandarin was definitely more true orange and less sort of dusty and dull. Clay is a much more dull colour compared to Butterscotch. Obviously Butterscotch is a much darker sort of rusty orange brown colour. But yeah, clay is probably my least favourite colour in the drop. By the way, for both these colours, porcelain and clay, I've just remembered as I've gone to pick up sand, they do have a bit of a marl in them, but it's nothing crazy. Like, you have to look up close with these colours to see the marl. You don't really see it from like far off. They're definitely a lot more solid. Moving on to sand, which is my favourite colour in this drop. I love this. This is like a very warm toned brown. So compared to the new mocha, for example, this is like a cool tone brown. This is a warm tone brown. I prefer this. I don't know which one I'm meant to prefer for like my skin tone and stuff, but I really like sand. Sand is definitely like by far, someone asked me what my favourite colour was earlier and I didn't even have to think about it. It's sand. So it's a mild, really nice, warm sort of brown colour, and I will obviously pop the colour comparisons in. Just to show you it next to other colours, this is it next to chai. So chai is definitely less sort of creamy. I feel like chai is a bit more on the sort of like, I don't want to say dirty because I still really love this colour, but it's definitely got like more hints of, sort of like hints of green in it when it's put next to sand. And it's a bit more sort of yellow tone, whereas sand is more of like a true creamy warm brown. Like, I just love this colour. And then to compare it to the Restock Mocha, Restock Mocha is a lot darker, sand is a lot lighter. OG Mocha as well. Again, OG Mocha is a lot darker than sand. I think sand is probably one of the more unique colours, to be honest. Like, I really, really, really like this colour. It's definitely my favourite colour in this drop. I wanted to include this for anyone who had the nude coloured halos from like a couple of years ago, like the nudie brown. I picked these up from under my bed at my mum and dad's because I feel like they looked similar, but now putting them side by side, sand is definitely darker, but I always really like this nude because it's sort of like a creamy browny nude, and I feel like sand falls under a similar sort of category, but yeah, they are different if anyone was wondering. Then moving on to mocha, this is very similar in shade to sand in terms of like lightness. It's not super dark, however this is more cool tone. This is like a mushroomy brown sort of colour. Again, I do actually like this colour, but it's sort of like a grey mushroom brown. But just an FYI, it's not really that like actual mocha. So this is the original mocha, much, 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 much darker. And then you have got the Restock Mocha, which again is just much more brown. The new mocha is definitely leaning a bit more grey. It's still a brown, but if you see this in person, when you see it in the try-on clips, you'll see it. It's like a mushroomy brown. It's got sort of grey tinges to it. And in terms of marl, this again, if you look close enough, it does have marl, but I wouldn't say this looks as mild as sand. It definitely looks a bit more solid. So next up we have pewter, which is this sort of dark, like dark brown grey. It definitely surprised me, to be honest. I thought I'd like this a lot more than I do, and it's not that I don't like it. In person, it's just sort of like, oh. I don't know, it's just not what I was expecting it. I feel like on Gabby it looked a lot more brown, and in person it's definitely a lot more grey. It's still brown, but like it's definitely got quite a bit of grey in it as well. And it's almost got like, again, I feel like mushrooms have got sort of purpley undertones. It's almost got the sort of purple undertones to it again. But yeah, and then if we compare it next to some other colours, you have got, again, OG Mocha, definitely darker than the original Mocha, and then you've also got the Restock Mocha, which is definitely more brown. I would say this is sort of more of a greyish colour, and you'll see in the colour comparisons, it's not similar to Smoke. It is a unique colour, but it definitely has more grey in it than I thought it was going to. And in terms of marling, Pewter is definitely more similar to Sand in the sense that it definitely has a lot more of a marl to it. Moving on to Cashmere, last but not least, this is a true dark brown. If you have many dark browns, it might not be the exact same, but it will definitely be similar. So if I show you this next to Rich Brown, obviously Rich Brown is in much warmer brown. This is definitely darker, first of all, and also a lot more cool toned. And then also next to Chocolate, and again, I feel like you can see Cashmere is a lot more cool toned. Chocolate is a lot richer and warmer. Cashmere is a lot more cool toned. And again, in terms of marling, this definitely has more noticeable marling, but probably not as noticeable as it is on Pewter or Sand. And then finally, we've got Black. Obviously, I've not done colour comparisons for this because it's black. However, it does have a little bit of a marl to it, a little bit of a marl, and if I'm very specific about blacks, some blacks aren't quite a true black, some blacks have got like a brown undertone. This is a solid black, like Black Marl or Shadow from ALPHALETE aren't always solid black, they're like a very, very dark grey. This is a solid black, like you can see it. It's darker than my Skims black top, it's black. But again, if you look close enough, it does have a bit of marling to it, but again, you're not really going to see that from a distance. The only ones where I feel like you can tell it's marled from a distance really is Pewter and Sand, but those are the colours. My favourite is definitely Sand. Like I said, Dan's favourite is Clay, and my least favourite is probably Clay. Dan really likes it on me. Dan's actually in the room.
Hi.
But yeah, Dan really likes Clay, but it's probably my least favourite just because I feel like, I don't know, I just don't think it suits me that much. Everyone keeps saying it looks really good on me, but I prefer the other colours personally. That is the colour palette in true fashion of me making sure that people don't feel like they need to go out and buy a whole new set. I have done my lookbook again, so I've done it with the bottoms, not the tops, but I've made sure that with the tops I've chosen, they also came in bottoms, if that makes sense. Whether it's Amplify or Surface or Pulse or jogger colours that have been in, I've made sure that you will be able to do the reverse if you only want to get a sports bra and not the leggings. So I'm going to pop that lookbook in here just to show you guys some pairings of each colour with previous items that ALPHALETE has done.
It's lookbook time! I've written on the screen the actual like outfit details just so I can talk through a little bit more, but yeah, I've just done new Amplify bottoms. I've not done the bras here, but I've made sure strategically to save time for both me and you guys, this is already a bloody long video, to pick tops. This is an exception, this does not come in bottoms, but to pick tops that also come in bottoms. If you just want to get a bra, you've got bottoms ideas, for example, electric purple, mocha, all those sorts of things. So yeah, I actually really like Pewter with a pop of purple. I think because it's got purple-ish undertones, I do really like it. Love it with the tartan red. A lot of these colours go with similar colours because they're also neutral. Mocha long sleeve, a little bolero moment. I don't know if this suits me. I'm not sure if it suits me, but also you can just wear it like a normal top. And then because it's sort of got that grey tinge, it looks really, really good with Smoke. Moving on, we've then got Mocha with Mocha Surface. So you can see here the new Mocha is a bit more grey, but I still love this together. Love the oil stain print with Mocha. I just think the creaminess ties in. Elements, love this cream Elements jacket. It goes with a lot of sort of neutral tones. Then hazelnut alpha looks. So many people have this bra. This goes with all these colours. Lilac pulse I really like with mocha for a little light pop. Then moving on to sand, blossom alpha looks really, really pretty with like light pinks. The linen zip up, the mocha zip up as well also looks really good. Both these jackets look good with every single colour that's dropping. And again, linen. This lookbook is a lesson in the fact that linen goes with everything. If you do not have anything in linen from the Amplify collection from ALPHALETE, you need something in linen. Love this ivy brow with porcelain for a pop of colour. Wow, stunning. That's probably one of my favourite colourways. To pair with it, porcelain and hazelnut, cashmere and hazelnut. We love a light on dark moment. Really like the tartan red with cashmere. I like dark berries with sort of browns. It gives me wine vibes and I like it. And then to pair with chocolate if you want more of a tonal look, not a straight up matching set. Again, bolero moment with the tartan red and the chocolate. I love it. And then finally, mocha. You got to end it with mocha. Mocha surface and cashmere. That's the lookbook, kids.
Okay, so now let's get on to the actual review. I'm just so excited to actually be reviewing activewear again. Like I said, it's been a rough few months with t-shirts and pyjama pants, but we're back on track with actually reviewing activewear. And also with Amplify, I feel like, to be honest, I'm going to be honest, I was excited for this drop, but I am more excited for like other things to come from ALPHALETE, because whilst this is new, it's still Amplify, and I feel like I'm ready for something new. I feel like ALPHALETE really did actually change the activewear game. No one was doing scrunchies like that. People were doing scrunchies, but they were doing them wrong before ALPHALETE launched Amplify. And now every brand has their own version of Amplify with slight tweaks to it. But all these brands were buying Amplify and tearing them apart and testing them to make their product. So ALPHALETE really did change the game with Amplify. I don't personally think that the contour version of it is going to change the game in the same way that Amplify did. And I am a little bit more excited for product-wise, other things that are to come that are non-Amplify related, because I just feel like there's a lot more that is to come from ALPHALETE that's not Amplify related. But of course, I love Amplify, and it's nice to have something to mention in the review other than the discrepancies in consistency and sizing and material and fabric and fit, although we still have those now. But it's nice to have new details to go over when I'm doing reviews for you guys. I feel like I'm not beating a dead horse. So we're going to get into the review, and I'm going to do leggings first because there is differences between the details on the leggings versus the details on the shorts. So I'll just show you really quickly so you know what I mean. But this is the detail that is on the shorts. It's this sort of, if you've ever had like a Stratus product from ALPHALETE, this is what is the print on the side of the shorts. But they do both have the contour. The contour that comes around the butt is the same on both, but the leggings have this waffle print instead. So instead of having the Stratus thing, it's got this waffle print on it. Straight away, I don't like the waffle print. I would have much preferred these leggings without the waffle print on them. To me, again, this is personal preference, I just feel like it's a bit dated. It reminds me of like Gymshark Energy Seamless. It just feels a little dated to me with the waffle print. Had it not had all this waffle print on it, from like a design point of view and how flattering these leggings are in particular, I would have preferred these leggings to the normal version of Amplify if it didn't have this waffle detail on it, because this contour does make the leggings more flattering on the glutes. So yeah, just to be, I'm not even gonna like beat around the bush. I don't like the waffle that is on these leggings, but it's waffle on the leggings and more of like the Stratus sort of like hexagonal print on the shorts. So here I am going to pop in a clip comparing flat lay, the differences between the leggings. And 3-tier waistband, that is the exact same. You've still got the 3-tier waistband on. The new ones, normal Amplify, again, you've got the mesh panel that runs sort of down the side, and then it comes to a hem at the bottom. They're a super plain legging from the front.
These ones, you don't see a crazy amount of detail from the front, but from the front you can see the waffle print at the side. So you've got a lot more contouring, hence the name, the contour legging. And then they look a lot shorter. However, it's just because of this design on the back, which I'll get to, which makes the leggings bunch up, but they are not shorter when they're on. Like, they're super stretchy, so they fit just as long as normal Amplify, in my opinion, if not longer, because they're so stretchy. And then this bottom, and then you have this sort of like ribbed contour that sort of swoops around the front of the ankle right at the bottom. And then again, you've got the hem at the bottom of the legging, but that's no different. It looks the exact same, if you ask me. From the back, you've got the Forever Stitching logo. Again, that is the exact same. Again, 3-tier waistband. You've got the scrunch again. There are some similarities and differences, which I will go over in another clip, but just to show you, yeah, it's still like the thicker scrunch on this Amplify. And again, old Amplify, super plain. If you don't know the brand, it's a very plain legging. The new contour has definitely got a lot more going on. So you've got, again, sort of like the shorts, you've got this sort of ribbed contour which is thicker than the rest of the legging. Like, if you run your finger over it here, you'll feel a little bit of a ridge where it's a little bit thicker. So this sort of runs around the side of your glute and scoops under to like just as like your, it's not all the way under your bum, but it's enough so that when you're stood from the side, especially in the extra small on me, it does make your glutes look really good. It gives them a little bit of a lift without being anything crazy, and it doesn't feel compressive. This part doesn't feel like super tight or compressive. I got asked about comparisons to Lazuli label. It's nothing like that. It's no crazy lifting like that. So yeah, if you were worried about that, I wouldn't be. One thing to note is that when this is on, it stretches out and it looks a little busy, but yeah, so that is the main sort of glute contour that you have, and then it swoops round down here. Then you've got a little bit more ribbing behind the knee, and then you've got the waffle print starts again. I don't like this. So the waffle print comes sort of behind your knee and then swoops down around the bottom, and then you've got this sort of panel thing here which sits sort of on the side of the lower leg, but it doesn't run all the way up. It stops about, like, I would say it stops maybe 3/4 of the way up your calf when it's on. But yeah, this sort of sits behind your knee. I know this is like a detailed contour of the legs, but I don't think it serves much purpose. To show you guys compared to the Aeros, because in terms of like how these look when they come out the bag, it is similar because it's got all this detailing on them, so it sort of bunches them up. But yeah, obviously the Aeros didn't have like a tiered waistband, they had a front seam, different sort of contouring, but I'll show you from the back. The glute contouring on the new ones is a lot more subtle, and this isn't like compressive, whereas in the Aeros, this part here was actually like compressive, and it would sort of lift the glute up, and it also went sort of almost all the way along. It stopped just here, but it almost went all the way along, whereas on the new ones it stops here, and it's not as compressive, so it doesn't lift the glutes like the Aeros did, if you were curious about that. And then just to show you how subtle this is compared to like the Lazuli seamless scrunch, this is like very intense. This for me, I'm not gonna lie, it's just a bit too much, especially with how like big this panel is. It's a bit too in your face for my liking, but yeah, it's completely different. It's nothing like the Lazuli contour, and also the Honor Active contouring. I'm gonna do a comparison on Instagram next week, and just don't have them at the moment, so yeah, I will do that on Instagram because people have been asking about the difference between this contouring and on the Effortless leggings. But yeah, as you can see, it's a much more subtle contour than things like this or even the old Aero leggings. To show you the back compared to the Halos, so the contour on the new is super subtle, like I said, and it stops about not even halfway under the glue. It's sort of less than halfway under the glue is where it stops. And then on the Halos, the contouring went straight across, and this bit was pretty compressive, so it would sort of lift a little bit, but the contouring is very, very different between the two. I definitely prefer these to halos. I don't really like the halo leggings anymore. I don't really wear them. Loved them at the time, but I don't really reach for them at all anymore, mainly because of the waistband on them. And they also had like faults with ripping and stuff here. But yeah, I do prefer the new contouring. It's much more subtle. So that's flat lay, how different they look. I'm now going to put in some clips of them side by side on, so you can see how different they look on, and you can see the new details, because the leggings are like super bunched up when they're laid flat. It's really hard to show the details, and it's because of this waffle design. That's what causes the bunching when they are laid flat. Sort of reminds me of how the aero leggings would look out of the bag. They were a really, really, really good product, by the way. This contour does not do the same thing that Lazuli Label Scrunch does. Seamless Scrunch, the one that's got like the heavy butt contouring. This contour doesn't do that. It also isn't like the Aeros. The Aeros was definitely more of a like push-up effect. This is more of a subtle contour. But yeah, the normal amplifier is super plain with just a mesh panel down the side. These have got a lot more going on, and like I said, I would have actually probably preferred these design-wise to normal amplify if it didn't have the waffle on. For whatever reason, I've got like a complex about the back of my knees, and the fact that this waffle wraps around the back of my knees, I feel like personally, because I'm not really normally a leggings person, I feel like my legs look smaller when I'm in leggings, and especially from the back, I feel like my knees, look so skinny from behind. It's really, really weird, I know, but considering this is where the waffle print is, it just draws more attention to that area, and I'm not a personal fan of it. But yeah, the waffle print, honestly, not to be dramatic, but it kind of did ruin this design for me. I really don't like the waffle print on the leggings. But yeah, those are the details. Those are the differences between the normal amplify and the contour amplify, and that is the difference in how they look sort of on. And inseam wise, I'm going to put loads of measurements in when I'm going over like fit and stuff. So those clips are coming, but inseam wise, these are really hard to get an inseam for because they won't lie flat, but these are so stretchy. This fabric is so stretchy, you could stretch it into another country. So I really just don't feel like the inseam is even relevant almost, because like it's just so stretchy. But I did stretch it out and try and lay it flat, and it came to about 27 inches. But yeah, I don't find these to be like shorter or longer than normal amplify. They're pretty much the exact same. Something to go over details wise as well is this contour. I find the mesh panel on normal amplify, especially newer drops with how soft they are, I find the mesh panel to be very, very, very delicate and temperamental on normal amplify. On the V2, this contour is thicker, like I've mentioned in the little clip I put in, and it's sort of raised to sort of, it's not compressive, but I feel like it's raised in order to actually cup the glutes. Like from the side in particular, you can notice a difference, but it's definitely not compressive. But it's not like thin and skinny in terms of like fabric like the mesh panel is. It's thicker than the mesh panel. It's actually thicker than the rest of the legging because it's like raised. However, the waffle design on the legging is incredibly delicate, especially because of the fabric. It's delicate on the outside. I've seen Bailey, Emily, I think I've seen someone else has like put their nail through it and like picked either a run in it or a hole in it, or one of these waffle parts has sort of like bubbled up and pilled already. And then if I show you on the inside, this is what the waffle print looks like on the inside of the legging. And these bits are not meant to be like snapped. As you can see, some of them come straight across like here, and then all these ones up here have snapped. But when I got them, these were all attached. So they've all sort of come undone. And it's a very, 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 very delicate part of the legging. So don't tug on the waffle. Be careful with jewelry, be careful with gym bags, be careful with nails, be careful with everything, and do not pull on the waffle design if you get these, because it will put runs in the fabric. It will alter how that waffle print looks. So yeah, just wanted to mention
that because it is really, really, really funny looking from the inside. And also like the back of the knee has done the exact same thing where it's all sort of snapped. It doesn't impact how it looks from the outside, having those strings snapped. But yeah, I do definitely have concerns about this waffle print and how sort of durable it is, especially with these bubble bits between. I feel like this is where people are catching nails, rings, bags, bracelets, jewelry. So yeah, keep everything sharp or that could catch on the waffle away from these leggings. Okay, so I'm now going to go over the shorts and the details and differences between the shorts. So I will pop in a flat lay clip here. I feel like flat lay is much easier to show you the difference between normal Amplify and the new Contour Amplify. So normal Amplify, the same things that you do have is the 3-tier waistband. That is the same. The waistband is the same. Some of the waistbands on the new Amplify feel thinner than normal Amplify, but it's not all of them, so I'm not confident in saying that's like a specific feature of them, because it's like hit and miss whether it is like that or not. And then Amplify is super plain on the front, and they've just got this mesh panel down the side which sort of just like swoops down. It starts at the back here and like curves around like that, whereas with the new Amplify, if you own any Stratus items from ALPHALETE Seamless range, it's got that print sort of on the side here, which sort of comes like straight down at the front. But other than that, they're not too different. The other difference at the front is this bottom band is quite a bit thicker. So on normal Amplify, it's maybe like an inch, and on the newer Amplify, it's quite a bit thicker. So this bottom band is thicker. And then from the back, again, you've just got the ALPHALETE logo in the forever stitching, so that hasn't changed, and the logo, to be honest, looks pretty much the exact same. And then you've also got the bum scrunch, which again, it is the exact same. Like, the scrunch is the exact same. It's still the thicker scrunch, super stretchy. It's got like a lot of give to it. So yeah, you've got the scrunch on the back, and then normal Amplify, super plain on the back. The shorts now have these on the contour one. It's got this sort of contour that starts up here and it sort of curves round your glute, and it ends about here, so it curves in under here. Can you see where it's sort of ribbing? It stops there, so it sort of curves around your glute like that, and then stops and swoops down. And then when it's on from the side, you'll see in the try-on clips, it sort of swoops around the side. But that's the extra sort of detailing. This isn't compressive, it doesn't add any compression. I do think from the side, in the leggings in particular, I feel like it lifts your glutes a bit more. I don't know why, I just feel like it does, especially in the extra small leggings on me. But on the shorts, it's sort of more of a design rather than doing anything. It's not any more compressive in this area. It's not any more compressive in this sort of contour area. It is a little bit thicker. The material is a little thicker where this sort of contour sits. But other than that, it's more of a like feature rather than like a high compression thing, and it doesn't go all the way under the glutes. One of the girls in my Discord was wondering what the details are like compared to the OG seamless bikers from like 2020. What a throwback. So yeah, these had a little bit of like a waffle-ish texture. I wouldn't say it's like as intense as the new waffle print texture, but they had this sort of texture on the side of the short. No real like contouring on the back. It was more just on like the side of your quads. So on the new shorts, like I've shown in the video, it's more the like Stratus looking print. It's not really waffle, and there's no real like, it's not properly textured really. It's a very fine texture from the outside. You can feel it more on the inside, whereas with these shorts you can feel it more from the outside, like you can feel the bubbles. And then to compare this sort of waffle print to the new one is less subtle. Basically, it's just a lot more thick as a sort of detail, whereas on this it almost blends in a little bit more. Yeah, so that's how sort of different
it looks in comparison. But yeah, I hope that helps.
So yeah, as you will have seen, these are a 5-inch inseam, so these are longer than the 4.5-inch inseam new fit, but in terms of overall drop of the short, they're very similar to the old fit 4.5, because they're not quite as, well, the new fit Amplify wasn't low-waisted, but they have a little bit of extra rise in the front on the shorts compared to the cotton candy drop, so these do sit a little higher as a result. But yeah, the shorts do not have the waffle print that the legging has. It's got the more sort of stratus print, but again, it's like this on the inside. It's very sort of textured on the inside, and this is very fluffy and delicate, so again, you're going to want to be incredibly careful because there are threads on this and they can come loose, so be careful on like feeling the inside of this. Try not to catch nails, again, rings, jewelries, anything on it. And then again, like the leggings, you have also got the sort of side glute contour, because it doesn't run the whole way under the bum, it just sort of scoops a little bit under the side, and from the side can make the glutes look really, really flattering. But I didn't want to post this review or do this review without having trained in any of the items, so I put the bra and the shorts to the test today in the gym, and I'm going to insert those clips now and voice over it and tell you about my experience wearing these in the gym.
So this is a new feature, but I had the idea to just sort of test this stuff out in the gym in real time with you guys. So I took my camera to the gym so I could insert some workout footage so you guys can see how these perform and hold up throughout a workout. First of all, these shorts really do look really good on the glutes. I'm not even gonna like lie, they look really, 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 really flattering on the glutes. I was impressed. It's giving cheeked up. That bottom band gives like a butt lift, I swear. But yeah, I rolled these shorts down to give them a proper fair test before I started my full workout. I did notice that they rolled when I was doing my warm-up. But yeah, so I did RDLs first. This is a really, really, if something's going to pull sheer, it's going to pull sheer doing an RDL. There definitely is a bit of sheerness. I know if I had a brief on, you'd be able to see a lot more, but because it's sort of a skin tony colour, it doesn't look too bad. And in my gym's lighting, this is 100% a colourway I will train in with nude underwear. It doesn't bother me, but you can definitely see that, you know, it does pull a little sheer. But again, the glutes look so good. I did notice the waistband rolled a little bit, but not as bad as the updated Fit Amplified. But keep in mind, I have a long torso. So the shorter the waistband, the more it sort of rolled on me. Whereas if you have a short torso, you might have to roll this waistband a bit more, or you might find it naturally rolls more. But yeah, by the end of my set, the shorts are definitely rolled up a little bit, definitely. I wanted to try them out for hip thrust next because I see other girlies wearing Amplify just raw dogging it on the gym floor. I can't do that. I always like fuck up the material, especially with the newer, softer, thinner drops. So yeah, I wanted to try this out. Sitting down in these shorts rolls them real bad from the front. It's like anything where you sit down or like squat, so keep that in mind, like leg press, squats. Then I rolled the shorts back down to do my first set of lunges to see how they held up, and they were okay until I sat down to rest between sets, and then yeah, we've rolled again, but they're nowhere near as bad as the updated fit for rolling. Like they roll to be right under my butt cheeks, and also to help with rolling, if you size up, it will help. The medium don't roll as much as the size smalls do. I just prefer how the size smalls look on the glutes. I think they look really flattering. So yeah, I mean, yeah, respectfully, yeah, flattering. And then I didn't readjust them again. I just finished off my workout. So this is how short they are looking by the end of my workout. But no batty cheek out at the bottom. So yeah, this is how they performed towards the end of my workout, and the pilling was severe. Do not sit on the gym floor in these, guys. You're going to really fuck them up. Yeah, and they are not sweat proof either. I had some crotch sweat going on. Yeah.
Whilst we are discussing details and differences to sort of normal Amplify versus these in both the shorts and the leggings, before I go on to fabric, something that I want to just touch on is sort of how these fit, because with the updated Amplify fit that happened with the cotton candy drop, I wasn't a huge fan. It's not enough for me to completely write off Those colours, I've been in a love affair with cotton candy and emerald green, which is weird because normally I am a neutrals person. Like, this is a dreamy colour palette for me, to be honest. But I did not like that fit from the front. From the back, way preferred that fit, but from the front I did not like that fit because my belly button was out. With these, I would say from the front, these fit more similar to somewhere between the updated fit and the old fit, because you'll see, like, I'll put measurements and clips in here, sort of comparing it all and talking about it all so you guys can see actual visuals and measurements and stuff. I'm gonna run you guys through some measurements for the shorts. I'm gonna compare the old fit 4.5, so the birthday sale, to the new updated fit, the cotton candy drop, to the new contour range, and then I'll do the same for leggings. So they are like a longer length, but even though they're a 5-inch inseam, they fit similar to the old 4.5 amplify fit in terms of sort of overall length, like the whole length of the short, which will be explained by these measurements. So this is the updated fit. So this is when they like shortened the overall short. These are a 4.5-inch inseam, but because it's been shortened overall, these fit like hot pants. Like, they roll up really, really bad. So this top of the gusset to the top of the waistband is an 8-inch. Same point on the old one is about 9 inches. So this was the old fit. So this rise was 9 inches. Same measurement on the new ones, we are looking at around 8 inches, just over 8 inches. So this sort of rise here is more similar to the new fit Amplify. At the back, again, top of the gusset to top of the waistband is 7 inches. On candy, again, we are looking at 7 inches. This is the old fit, which is just about 8 inches, just under. So yeah, the new fit from the back and from the front, from this point, is most similar to the updated fit Amplify, where they shortened things down a bit to get rid of excess material. Obviously, as you can see, despite this part, because they are a 5-inch inseam, they fit more similar in terms of the overall length, like the overall drop of the short, to the old fit 4.5 in terms of the overall length. So yeah, those are some measurements. Again, with the leggings, so this is an old fit of Amplify from the birthday sale before they tweaked it. So this is 9 inches at the front. Electric purple, about 8 inches at the front. This is the updated fit. With the leggings, these are about 8, just over 8 inches in the front here. So I actually do find that these come up a little more high-waisted than these ones did on the leggings, which I'm not mad at. Personally, I'm not mad at it because I've got a long torso, so I prefer it, but just something to keep in mind, they're like ever so slightly more high-waisted, and because these are so stretchy, you can pull these up really high. I'll show you in the haul, but you can really, really pull these up. Then from the back, the birthday fit was just under 8 inches. The updated fit was about 7 inches, so about an inch shorter in the back, because I found this scrunch to be much more subtle than the original scrunch that was on the birthday sale, which was just super, super, super long, like this. Yeah, it was longer, and this one was shorter, it was more discreet. And then this new contour Amplify, again, size small. This is about 7.5 inches, so it's sort of slap bang in the middle, which doesn't actually surprise me measuring this up, because this scrunch, it's giving lower back scrunch again, and I don't know why, because it doesn't actually look that much longer than the birthday sale one, but I feel like it's giving lower back scrunch, and I think it's because of how stretchy this is. And the scrunch is also really, really, really shiny when it's stretched on these, but it just feels so soft, so it really stretches up. So yeah, I preferred how this scrunch looked. I just feel like this one, I don't know, it fits longer. I don't know why it comes higher up. Overall, and I have actually changed my mind since I first got these, so this is an updated thought, these fit, in terms of rise in the leggings, these fit somewhere between the new fit and the Old Fit. They don't come up quite as high as this, but they definitely can, because like I said, you could stretch them into another country if you wanted to. They're insanely stretchy. But naturally, these are actually a little bit higher again compared to these. Mine are anyway. But the rise is somewhere between the sort of birthday sale launch and also the updated fit. My belly button can be covered quite easily, and these don't slip down as much as, or roll as much, especially on the waistband, as the other ones did on me. Again, I have a long torso, so yes. It also is impacted by the fabric, which again I'm going to go on to next, but because these are so stretchy, these can end up sitting higher waisted, even if like measurements wise they're not that much higher waisted, if that makes sense, because you can just stretch them up so much. So if you didn't like the updated fit, you might like these. But yeah, just wanted to mention, like, rise wise from the front, it's sort of like a hybrid of the updated fit and the fit that was running prior, which I'm happy about personally. I do like that. I do like how the rise is on these personally. It hits me at a good point, it covers my belly button, and yeah, I like it. Okay, so I'm gonna go over fabric now, which I know that some people don't like me talking about, so if this is not for you, feel free to use the timestamps to skip along, because I know that some people don't like fabric talks, but there was so much like talk and hype about the fabric of this Amplify that I was expecting it to be like completely different in feel, just feel like something brand new. And for me personally, based on the items I've received, because again, it's still a seamless item, so it could be that there's still discrepancies, because I know that in like the process of making seamless items, it's very unpredictable. However, these don't feel any different than if you've ever had an extremely soft, thin, fluffy, slick feeling Amplify, which I know many of you have. That's what these feel like. These sort of remind me of a sort of mix of ombre, the jade blue, in particular mystic blue. That was a very soft, fluffy, thin, tight like colour. My chocolate was like this. I would actually say these are a bit thinner than my chocolate. Yeah, this is not a groundbreaking new fabric, and this is nothing new in my wardrobe. This just feels like, and again, personal preference, some people really like the soft thin fabric, but to me it feels like a lower quality fabric. Yes, it's super soft, yes, it's super stretchy, but it's also super thin, and I don't correlate like more softness and more thinness with being better, because for me what matters in my leggings is I want to feel, you know, a bit more compression in my legs, not a lot, but like I like the compression in the leg of the OG Amplify. I feel like it lifts your glutes more, I feel like it shows off your quads more, and I just like how it fits. You feel held in the OG Amplify, and when I say OG Amplify, I'm not just talking about V1, I'm talking about like the first few launches of Amplify, where the quality and the fabric was a lot thicker and a lot more durable. And also durability does matter to me, because these will probably be more expensive or the same price as normal Amplify. I want to say they're going to be a little bit more expensive, so I feel like the durability needs to be there. And Amplify actually used to cost less. I think when it first launched it was about 50 quid, and now I feel like it's 54. Obviously the price is going to go up because inflation, these things happen. I fully accept that the price has to go up over time anyway. It won't always stay the same. However, what's been so frustrating with normal Amplify has been the price has gone up, but the quality seems to have gotten worse. Like, I've got Amplify that I have worn 2 times, 3 times from recent drops that looks like I've been dragged through a hedge backwards. And then I've got colours from end of 2020, start of 2021 that I have worn, I don't know, 50, 60 times, and they still look pretty brand new. I'm not going to say there's no sign of wear on them at all, but it's nothing like the newer drops of Amplify. So I'm going to pop my punch through test in here. I will give the disclaimer as always, this is not to show you guys how thin this is going to look on your body, because actually I was really shocked by how well the squat test did, which I will put in soon. But this is not to show you how thin it's going to be on your body. People often use the punch through test to show how thick a fabric is, and so it does work the other way around. It's to show how thin the fabric is, and I will also in the punch through test compare it to some thicker Amplify I've had, so you can see just how different this is, and also just how similar this is to some super thin Amplify that's already dropped. Punch through test. So this is cashmere, so this is the dark brown color, super thin. It's like, yeah, it's like tights. It's a very thin Amplify. Then you've got mocha, and again super thin. I feel like the softer Amplify is, the thinner it tends to be, and all the light colours are super soft. Sand, again, super thin, very thin. Almost feels a little thinner, to be honest, but they're all pretty similar in terms of thinness, very thin. Then you've got clay, which again, super thin, but it does feel a little bit thicker. Something to note is all my shorts feel a little thicker than the leggings. Not by like a ton, but they definitely do feel thicker in the leg than the leggings are. Then you've got pewter, again, super thin, but I feel like it's not quite as bad as some of the other ones, but again, it is still a very thin fabric. Like you can see, it's sort of like tights. And then porcelain, which again is a very thin feeling fabric. And then black, which actually fared a lot better than the other ones. It definitely, like you can tell, this is thicker. This is definitely thicker than the brown is. It's definitely thicker than all the other colours. So if you want a thicker pair, I would recommend that you go for the black. I just wanted to show you guys that this like level of thinness is really nothing new. Like this is my chocolate shorts, and again, they're literally like tights. They're super thin, and this is from an old drop. So this like thinness is nothing new to me anyway. Quite a lot of my newer amplifiers are like this. Just to show you compared to a more thick, solid, sort of less soft, more durable colour, I guess, my washed denim, you can just see that this is a lot thicker than all those new ones and even chocolate. So yeah, this is a particularly thin drop. Yeah, my wash denim is definitely thicker. So yeah, as you will have just seen, this fabric is incredibly thin. This fabric is like tights, pantyhose. If you're in the US, I know that that's what Bailey was saying. These are like tights. They are incredibly thin. If you like that, I'm really conscious of not ragging on people's preferences. Some people like a really thin legging, but I just can't understand why these are so thin. I feel like Amplify was already thin, and now I feel like the last drop was a little bit better, especially with colours like Galactic Ocean and Electric Purple was a bit better, and now they're back to being super thin again. In terms of like thinnest to thickest colour wise, because I know that I will get asked about that, the lighter colours definitely feel thinner. Porcelain feels thin, sand feels particularly thin, mocha feels thin, clay feels thin, cashmere feels very thin, sort of reminds me of chocolate. Pewter feels pretty thin as well, although this did fare very well in the squat test in shorts. The only colour that feels a little bit thicker is the black. The black definitely does feel thicker. By quite a bit, to be honest. It's definitely not as thin, and it doesn't feel like tights in the same way that the other ones do, but all the other colours are very thin, to the point where they're also similarly thin. There's no point rating them. Just know that all the colours other than black are incredibly thin, and black is quite a bit thicker. It sort of reminds me of Galactic Ocean, or if you got the black from the updated fit Amplify, mine were quite thick then as well. So yeah, it reminds me of that. In terms of like how this feels, it's got that super soft, slick, fluffy feel to it. Like the sort of feel where you put not holes in it, but you can pucker the fabric with your nails. Like you can see where I've done that on the mocha colour. You can see where I've sort of puckered the fabric with my nail. It's not put a hole in it, but you will leave dents in the fabric because it's got that sort of fluffy like tight like texture to it. That's the only way I can describe it. Again, it's very similar to sort of if you've ever had a super soft, slick, thin, fluffy feeling pair of Amplify, it's similar to that. It is a little similar to the ombre, but definitely not the exact same, because I know that Bailey really doesn't like these, but she really liked the ombre. But then I found the ombre quite thin, so it is similar to the ombre in my opinion, but definitely probably thinner, to be honest. But yeah, if you like the super soft, slick, fluffy, thin feel to your Amplify, you will really like this fabric. But if you are more like me and you prefer something that's a bit more matte, because these have all got a sheen to them as well, they're sort of shiny, like people were saying the contouring looks like it's got glitter in it. It doesn't. The leggings just have quite a sheen to them. But yeah, if you are someone who prefers more of a matte Amplify, something that's a bit more durable, a little bit thicker, sort of holds you in the leg a little bit more, you will not like these. Like, you are not gonna like these. If you are someone who complains about how thin Amplify has been getting, you're not gonna like these. Yeah, to me, this is not an improved version of Amplify in the slightest, other than the added contour. Like I said, if this legging had the contour with no waffle print and a better fabric, I would prefer it to normal Amplify, but I don't see how this means improved. Not for my preferences anyway. I guess it's all about preference. Speaking of fabric, like I've mentioned, this fabric is incredibly delicate. People have caught rings on them already. Nails will pucker them. Jewelry, gym bags, you need to be incredibly careful with this fabric. It is very delicate. So on the topic of that pilling, this fabric will pill, and it has pilled already quite quickly. So these are the pair that I wore to the gym today. You can see where I've got pilling on the bum. Now, there are things that you can do to prevent this: sitting on mats in the gym, making sure you don't sit on turf, making sure you never sit directly on the gym floor. But even with doing that, this fabric is very similar to other fabrics I've had, and ever since Amplify started going very pill prone, I sit on mats in the gym now. I don't sit on the gym floor, and even doing that with fabrics that have felt similar, I have experienced pilling. So if you've had issues with pilling, I would not recommend that you try this Amplify out, because it's very pill prone. Like, the bottom on this, like the arse, is so fluffy, and these have been trained in once. Low-key dread to think what these are going to look like after, you know, even like 5 wears. If you are interested because you like that feel but you don't like the pilling, a fabric shaver will help. But again, I do think with fabric shavers, if you keep doing it over time, you can wear away at the fabric. So just be careful, because these are not going to be cheap. These will be expensive, so be very careful. These are very delicate. The fabric is incredibly delicate. Leading on from that, in terms of durability, these are not going to look new for long with wear. Especially with the leggings, I would really caution against doing things like RDLs or anything where a bar is going to brush your legs. I would really, if you do a lot of like Olympic lifting, I would really caution, and I know a lot of people watching this will do RDLs, really caution against the leggings in particular. Shorts will probably work better for you guys, because you're not going to be catching barbells and dumbbells on your legs with the shorts in the same way that you will with the leggings. I will bet money that the front of the shin on the leggings will pill very quickly with things like RDLs, stiff leg deadlifts, where you are essentially having barbells and dumbbells come in very close contact with the legging. These are not going to be very durable in my opinion. I think these will look quite busted quite quickly. So yeah, I don't think these are going to be particularly durable. In terms of quality for price, like I said, we don't have pricing. And again, I'm really conscious of not bashing on, you know, a super soft feel, because some people really like that. They like the super buttery soft, and I do think there's a time and a place for it. But just because I know how this ends, I've had Amplify that feels similar to this. I know how this ends, and it doesn't end well. I'm really cautious of saying that this is worth the price for the quality when I think about how this is going to look after a few wears on people who do weight training. Yes, I understand that you need to be careful and look after your shit. I'm not suggesting anyone yeet themselves down a, 1 mile long piece of turf or try and fight a grizzly bear in these leggings, Yes, of course, look after your shit, but the reality is most people use gym bags that are over the shoulder. Do you really want to be spending 54, maybe 60 pounds on something where you're going to have to wear something over the legging because you can't have the gym bag brush against it? Because I'm telling you, it will happen. My gym bag has already snagged my bra because the bras are the exact same fabric. And as you can see, I've already got pilling from where I've had the gym bag over my shoulder. Like, little things like that, even if inside the gym you're taking every caution, you're sitting on mats, you're doing this, you're doing that, like gym bags, anything that will rub up against it, any other fabric even, because I've had colours like Shadow were super similar to this in terms of being super soft and super thin, like slippy almost, like fluffy slippiness, and I've worn those twice because I don't really like how they look. They're super sheer on my legs, and just wearing a hoodie that covered my bum, the hoodie has rubbed on the bum and caused it to pill. So even different fabrics against this fabric will highly likely cause this fabric to pill. So in terms of whether this is worth the money, in my opinion, I don't think these are going to stand the test of time enough to be worth that. However, I know there are people who love the thin, super soft, fluffy feeling Amplify material. I know that there are people who love it because people have loved more recent drops. Some people prefer it to the OG fabric, and that's fine. I don't want to rag on those people. I don't want to bash you guys. You're allowed to have a preference. You're allowed to have an opinion. We can all have one. So for you guys, it might be worth the price because you guys love how this fabric feels. I'm just coming at it from the point of view of someone who prefers a more thicker material. I prefer something that feels a little higher in quality to me based on what I want. I want durability. I don't want super silky soft, gonna catch on everything. I want something that's gonna stand the test of time a little bit better. But again, if you're someone who prefers the super thin, like lower compression through the leg, soft fluffy feeling fabric, it will be worth the price to you. But to anyone who like frequently misses the OG fabric, it probably won't be worth the price to you. And just an FYI, the fabric blend on these is the exact same as normal Amplify, but as we know, they can wash it in different stuff and put different washes on it, which impacts how it feels. But yeah, the fabric blend is the exact same. Yeah, that is fabric chats. Like I said, I know that some people don't like it when people speak too much about fabric, but I personally would like to know, because the difference in how a fabric feels could be the difference in me as a consumer picking up something on one launch and skipping another launch if I don't like how that fabric feels. But again, keep in mind with seamless there always tends to be variabilities, so maybe some people will have thicker ones, maybe some people will have less soft ones, but this is just my experience and I can only go off the items that I have personally tried. As a consumer, I would like to know about the fabric. I'd like to know more information about it, so I hope that has been helpful for some of you guys. And I also know from Instagram, from speaking to some of you guys, people who have like neurodivergency, this is really helpful for them, because if you don't struggle with it, it will sound really foreign as a concept to you, but there are genuinely people that I know, people in real life, people have told me on Instagram, there are people who like have an aversion to super soft fabrics. And yeah, if you are someone who has an aversion to super soft fabrics, you will not like this fabric. You won't like it. On from fabric, I feel like it makes sense to segue into squat proofness, so I'm going to put the clips in now. On the left we have clips of me in nude underwear, and on the right I have put clips in of me with a big black brief on. Again, I don't think anyone is wearing big black briefs or briefs full stop with their Amplify, because it does interfere with the scrunch quite a bit. However, for people who have tattoos or do like to wear briefs with the Amplify, that's why I do it, because it helps to show the difference between, is it a sheen, because sometimes it can look like it could be a sheen, but it helps to show actually no, it's skin in some cases. So yeah, I'm gonna pop those in here. Overall, to be honest, considering how thin the fabric is on the punch through test and how thin it feels, I was pretty impressed, especially with the shorts, the pewter shorts, which again, they are a size medium, so I do think that does impact things as well, but I was actually really impressed with the shorts, to be honest. And the porcelain leggings also really shocked me because they are the lightest colour and they actually fared pretty well on the squat test. I do think the porcelain fits particularly big through the leg. I've got quite a bit of excess fabric, so the leg honestly feels more like a medium on me in the porcelain leggings, which I feel like is probably why the squat proof test did so well. But yeah, just keep that in mind. Maybe don't size down in that color if you want a similar effect in terms of squat proofness. And these are all filmed in natural lighting in front of a window, so it's like the most natural lighting. There's no ring lights to reflect things weirdly. It's all done in natural lighting. The leggings fared worse than the shorts did, but that is always the case. They always do worse because you have to stretch it more over your leg, which means it's more susceptible to pulling a little shear. So that is completely normal. In terms of what I would train in, I personally would train in all the shorts, and I would also train in all the leggings other than the cashmere and the black, just because the contrast against my skin tone makes it very obvious, and I know my gym's lighting very well. That would not be very forgiving. It would look like I was training in tights if I'm doing anything bent over. So a back day and a leg day I wouldn't do in those colours, but I would probably do a little bit of pushing them or cardio. Yeah, also another thing to keep in mind with squat proofness, especially with this drop, is because these are such like nudie brown tones, it's going to massively impact how squat proof something is. Your skin tone will massively impact how squat proof something looks on you. So I like to think about it the sort of opposite way. The more contrast there is between the colour you've got on and your skin tone, the worse the squat proofness is likely to look if there is any sheerness. So on me, lighter colours usually, especially with nude underwear, will do pretty well in a squat proof test. Black underwear, no. But in nude underwear they tend to do well because it's not a huge difference between, you know, for example, this, I mean, I'm not pink, but it's not a huge difference between this colour and my skin tone, whereas, you know, the black and the cashmere, that's a huge difference between my skin tone and that colour. So it contrasts more, so my skin shows through more. Someone who has a completely opposite skin tone, a super deep skin tone, would probably find black and cashmere to be completely squat proof. Pewter would be completely squat proof on them as well, but they might struggle with the lighter colours, so keep that in mind when going over squat proofness. Sizing will also impact things. If you are someone who sizes down, you will have more issues with squat proofness because the fabric has to stretch more. If you've got bigger glutes, if you've got wider hips, the fabric has to stretch more in that area. You're more susceptible to squat proof issues. But yeah, all in all, I was actually pretty impressed with the squat proofness of these colours because I wasn't expecting them to do as well as they did. But yeah, I would probably avoid the leggings on me in pewter, black and cashmere. Okay, whilst we're on the topic of S's, let's talk about the scrunch. So I'm going to pop in a clip now just comparing all the scrunches flat laid and also comparing to previous launches. Okay, so it's time for some scrunch chats because I want to make sure that we're covering the scrunch. So these three leggings are a size small, so black, mocha and porcelain, these are all a size small. Pewter, cashmere and sand, these are all a size extra small, and then I've got the shorts here. So something that I always notice, this is nothing new, when you size down in Amplified, the scrunch is shorter. Obviously, I feel like, you know, they have to grade up sizing, they'll leave more room for the cheeks the more you size up. So if you are someone who is between sizes and the look of the lower back scrunch, as we like to call it, I do still find I get it in the extra small, but it's definitely not as bad as, for example, in the size small porcelain. So I would actually recommend, if you are between sizes and you really want to avoid the sort of, especially with these being so stretchy in the leg, as long as you like a compressive fit in the waist, if you can brave it and you really want to avoid the lower back scrunch, I would recommend you go oversize down in the leggings because the scrunch does get shorter if you size down.
yeah, there might be more tension on the scrunch in that case, but if you're between sizes anyway, usually you can go with a size down. But again, wouldn't do it if you don't like a compressive waist, but the legs are so stretchy, they will not be too compressive if you are between and size down. Whereas with the size smalls, I feel like the scrunchies are a lot longer. However, having said that, I do also just feel like my porcelain scrunch in particular is longer. I don't know what it is about this. Maybe it's because it just fits biggest. Like, this legging fits big on me. It feels sort of more like a medium in the leg. Maybe that's why the scrunch is so long on it, but I feel like it's most noticeable in this colour. Could be because it's such a light colour as well. But yeah, that's the black one, but it's still the new thicker scrunch, so the 4 rows. I'm not sewn into the gusset, other than one thing I did notice, which I've not noticed in a while, is all of these have a pretty consistently sized panel here. Like, you have this little panel between the scrunch and the gusset. Other than my size extra small sand legging, which has barely any panel there, like it's a stone's throw away from being sewn directly into the gusset. It's not like that on any of my other colours, but I did notice that because this was the first colour I got out the bag, and I thought they'd changed the scrunch to like shorten it, but no, it's just on that colour. But something to be aware of regardless. And then if you look at the shorts, just to show you, this is a size small, so we'll compare it to a size small legging. The scrunch on the shorts is always shorter. This is always the case. I always find the scrunch looks better on the shorts than it does the leggings. But yeah, the scrunch is shorter on the shorts. I don't really find a big difference between the size small scrunch, so these are both a size small, and the size medium one. I feel like they're all pretty consistent in terms of length. This one doesn't look that much longer, but yeah, if you, again, if you like shorts and you really don't like the lower back scrunch look, you might get on better with the shorts this drop, because the scrunch is shorter on the shorts and I find it less noticeable, but it's still there. And just to show you it compared to like the old super long scrunch, which was getting really unflattering, I felt like the scrunch was getting really long on the shorts as well. Like, you can even tell by the size of this panel here. This is the linen from the birthday sale. It's a lot shorter, and this whole distance is shorter. So if you didn't like how the scrunch looked on the old fit, like the birthday sale, the jade, the magenta, you might prefer this because it's shorter again, like more similar to the recent updated fit of Amplify, where you've got the sort of shortened rise in the back and the shortened scrunch as well. But for some reason this scrunch does look more noticeable than the last drop did on both the leggings and the shorts, and I don't know why. I feel like it's because it's so stretchy, it just stretches up, but I do find it a bit more noticeable again, which is frustrating because I found this a lot more flattering. This just ventures up my lower back a little more again. I don't know why. Scrunch on this launch is a lot more similar to the updated fit, which I preferred because it was more discreet. It wasn't so much up your lower back, which has been happening with Amplify for a while now, but it is still the thicker scrunch. How the scrunch looks on you is massively impacted by the size of your glutes and the shape of your glutes. And also, I find that even though this scrunch is more similar to the updated fit Amplify, so like the shortened scrunch, so it sits in there a bit more, even though it's more similar to that, because of how stretchy this Amplify is, I feel like it naturally stretches the scrunch out more, which gives you a little bit more of a lower back scrunch. Scrunch on these looks a lot better, like a lot better, on the shorts on me than it does on the leggings. The leggings scrunches are always longer with Amplify, but my electric purple scrunch looks really good on me, and I feel like the porcelain scrunch in particular is really long on me. So even though like flat lay it looks similar to last launch's scrunch, it just stretches up more, and my porcelain one is pretty long, to be fair. It is more similar to the like birthday sale scrunches where they were a bit longer. So yeah, it's kind of peak, because I understand why they thickened the scrunch with Amplify, because people were complaining that it was popping. However, I still stand by, yeah, you're going to get a few dud pairs, but I do think most of the popping was more to do with people not getting the right size or
tugging at them in a funny way when they were putting them on. I do still prefer the thinner scrunch. I wish they'd put the thinner scrunch back on these and just like put a little tutorial on how to put the leggings and shorts on and situate the scrunch on the website. The way I always describe the scrunch now is the scrunch with Amplify used to be a feature of the legging. It used to be there to suck the material between the cheeks. That's what it used to be there for. Now, the scrunch has become more of a design feature of the Amplify bottoms, in the sense that it's much more in your face. It's very obvious. It goes up your lower back. It's more visible. And I also find these scrunchies particularly shiny. This happens every so often with Amplify. Some of mine are more matte and some of them are more shiny, but these ones look really, really shiny this time. I don't know why. I just feel like they're not as subtle, but the shorts scrunchies definitely looks a lot better, and I do like how these look, but still not hitting quite the same as the last launch, even though it's got the same measurements. It's really weird. I feel like it's just because of how stretchy it is. It just goes up there a bit more. But yeah, that is scrunch chats. It's still the new thicker scrunch, so it's a little bit more obvious. But again, if you've got a big badonkadonk ass, don't worry about it. It will gobble that ish up. But if you're like me and you've maybe got a little bit of something back there, but she's a bit more conservative, you might have a bit of a lower back scrunch going on, especially in the leggings. Camel toe, these do give a camel toe. I did actually notice when I trained in legs this morning. I went to go take a picture in the bathroom of how bad they'd rolled for Instagram, and I looked in the mirror at the picture afterwards and I was like, I'm gonna have to scrub all that out. You can see the whole shebang. So yeah, I mean, I don't personally mind camel toe. It doesn't bother me when I'm walking around day to day because, duh, you've got a skin tight thing on. Obviously, it's gonna mold to you. Do you know what I mean? It's gonna mold to you. Like, not in pictures, you know? I don't want it visible in pictures. So yeah, because this fabric is so like thin and stretchy, it does mold to you a little bit more. It's definitely more camel toe prone than thicker, less soft colours. They don't tend to go up as much. I also find as well, now that the back of the legging and the short has been shortened, like with the updated fit, even though the front is still a bit longer, because it's like shortened at the back, it's almost like it's pulled the gusset back. And I do definitely notice that with older Amplify, especially when the scrunchies were getting longer and everything was just getting longer, I was finding the gusset would come on show quite a lot at the front with those, whereas now, because the distance between the top of the gusset at the back now and the top of the waistband is shorter than it was before, I feel like it helps to pull the gusset back so you don't get that front gusset thing as much. With this launch and with the updated fit Amplify, I don't find I get that issue as much. But yeah, camel toe, she's cameling. She's cameling. Sweatproofness, these are not sweatproof. You will already know that from the material explanation. Soft, thin, fluffy, doesn't bode well for sweatproofness, and you can particularly see it on like Hannah and Amanda. They've been wearing these for a while and they're like dripping in sweat. You can really see it. And I did get a bit of like crotch sweat in the gym this morning as well, so definitely not sweatproof, but I really don't care about that. I'm in the gym to work hard. Barry's over there sweating his tits off on the chest press, panting, breathing, sweat everywhere, and everyone's like, wow, it's a token of his hard work. But for some reason, girls seem to be so scared of getting sweaty in the gym, or God forbid, not even just getting sweaty, someone knowing they're sweaty, being able to see that they're sweaty. I don't care when I'm in the gym. Outside the gym, I care. If I've got a grey t-shirt on and my pits are flowing like the river, I care. Inside the gym, I don't care. Obviously, I'm sweating, I'm in the gym. But if that does bother you, give them a miss, because these are not sweatproof at all. They do show sweat quite a lot, especially in the lighter colours. If you are still interested after everything I've said, which you might not be, go with the darker colours if you are bothered about sweatproofness. Okay, so before I go on to fit, which is the final thing for the leggings and shorts, I promise, I just wanted to go over which is more glute flattering, because with this contouring, does it actually make a difference? And personally, yes, it actually does make a difference. Like I said, I hate the waffling on the legging, and to be honest, I'm indifferent to the like stratus looking print on the side of the shorts. Probably could have done without it. I'm not really fussed either way, but I do like the glute contouring. It's not like the navigation ones where it's like two darker colours under the glutes, which I personally don't like. Loved it when I was like 19, but I don't like that look anymore. It's too much. And for me personally, like things like lazuli, it's cool, but like it is very, very, very intense, and I almost feel like it's a bit too much. Like I feel a little bit uncomfortable if I am to go out and about in those. It feels a bit too much. This is nice, it's subtle, but in terms of sort of serving a purpose, so on the shorts, I would say it's more of a feature than actually doing anything. It really like contours your glutes from the side, and I do think it looks really flattering, but from the back I don't think it really does anything. Whereas on the leggings, especially in a size extra small, I feel like the contour actually does do something to my glutes from the side. I feel like it makes the leggings sort of sit in the full side on, if that makes sense, a little bit more than normal Amplify does, and sort of lift it a tiny bit without being compressive, because it's not compressive. That panel is not compressive, it doesn't dig in, but I do find it flattering. So in terms of like glute flatteringness, the leggings, I do actually think personally that if this had the OG scrunch, it'd be so much better. But in terms of glute flatteringness, scrunch aside, because I know it's not great on the leggings, but also the new Amplify scrunch on normal Amplify isn't great either, I do actually think the contour Amplify is more flattering on the glutes. In terms of the shorts, I don't think it's the contour that makes these a little bit more glute flattering than the new Fit 4.5, for example. I actually think it's this bottom band. I noticed when I trained in these today, because this bottom band is a little bit thicker than it is on normal Amplify, especially if you don't size up in the shorts, it sort of helps to sort of lift the butt a little bit more, if that makes sense, and sort of give like a bit of a push-up effect without being like a biker, which, by the way, we need more than just one inseam option when it comes to shorts. We have enough money to do it, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I don't know, I've not seen the accounts, but I'm sure they've got enough money to do it. Every single time they drop shorts, there should be more than one inseam option. So yeah, that I wish these came in bikers, but I do think it's not necessarily the glute contouring that makes these shorts more flattering, it's this bottom band being thicker. I feel like even when it rolls up, it lifts the glutes a little bit more, but I don't think you get that same effect if you go with a size up, so that's something to keep in mind. But yeah, this bottom band, it makes them more flattering on the glutes than the original 4.5 in my opinion. The glute contouring doesn't make a difference on the shorts for me, only from the side, but not really in terms of like actually lifting anything, whereas on the leggings it does. Okay, let's get on to fit of both leggings and shorts. So here I am going to pop in some comparisons and flat lays, measurements, etc, etc, to previous drops of both the shorts and the leggings. So let's get into it. Okay, so just to show you some sizing comparisons, these are both small. So this is the birthday sale small 4.5 short and the new 5-inch small short. As you can see, these are fitting tighter. They definitely do feel tighter in the waist than the birthday sale drop, which for me was definitely a more sort of, yeah, not as like snug fit. And you can also tell that because of like the rise on these being more similar to the new Fit Amplify, even though it's 5 inches, the overall length of the short is very similar to the old 4.5. And then if we look at a comparison to the new Fit Amplify, again, this is the updated fit where they like shorten things. These are both a size small. In front is the new contour size small, behind cotton candy size small. Very similar sizing, maybe a tiny bit bigger, but the length is definitely longer and looks longer and is longer on the new ones, with them being a 5-inch inseam. About the lighting, moving on to leggings, this is the updated fit size small electric purple, and this is porcelain size small. These honestly don't feel too dissimilar in the waist when they're on. Porcelain weirdly fits like pretty high-waisted. I feel like the waistband on mine for some reason is taller, and like this bit's
wider than my other leggings as well, but I'll probably show that better in another clip. But yeah, it feels when it's on pretty similar to how the last launch felt in this colorway. And then just to show you to a size small again, these are both size small. In front is new contour, old is the birthday sale in Ocean, which I just found way too big for me. It was a lot of excess fabric and it wasn't compressive at all. So yeah, definitely not running like the birthday sale drop. I asked a lot to compare to the like Jade Magenta launch, so I don't actually have any 4.5 inch shorts from that drop left. I just kept the bikers and I gave the other ones away. But yeah, this is a small in the bikers compared to a small in the new 5 inch, and if you're wondering the difference in length, that's how it looks. But yeah, both size small, these definitely fit tighter in the waist. The leg is probably similar to this drop, to be honest. They feel quite similar, very thin, very stretchy, very slick, very fluffy, sort of like that tight, like uber stretchy pantyhose feel. I had quite a few requests to compare to the charcoal drop. So these are both an extra small. I've got the sand extra small new leggings in the back, and these are an extra small charcoal legging. I also really like how the charcoal drop fit. And yeah, it's very, 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 very similar to that drop. And the fabric is a little similar as well, like super soft. So yeah. So these are the shorts. The pewter at the back is a medium, and then the clay and mocha are a size small. I like how both fit, to be honest, just to show you that like these are pretty consistent. There isn't like a huge difference between my smalls. And to be honest, the difference between the small and the medium looks like the right sort of difference that there should be. And also sizing up does get you a little bit of extra length. The inseam isn't any longer, it's just because obviously the whole short is longer, and these are a 5 inch inseam. These are all the leggings flat lay. Let me just make sure that they are properly lined up. So yeah, these are all the leggings flat lay. These three in front are extra small, so this is sand, pewter and cashmere, and they are all very similar flat lay. And then behind you've got black, porcelain and mocha, all in a size small. But as you can see, there's not a huge difference at all, not in the waistband anyway. I would say in the smalls, especially in porcelain, I feel like it's so soft and stretchy. It runs a little on the bigger side, but in the waistband there really isn't much difference between the two. And when it's on, I can't feel a huge difference between the two. Just the length on the leggings as well, they're all very similar. It's really hard to get proper flat lay clips of the legs on the leggings because they get so bunched up. But yeah, there's like a little bit of a difference. I'd say the smalls are a bit longer, but these are so stretchy. You can stretch these up, down, whether you're shorter or taller. They're so stretchy, you'll be able to stretch them up or down. Trying to measure the inseam, it's not really working, so I've put the tape measure at the top of the thing. Obviously it's really hard to film and be able to like stretch the legging out, but I just stretched it out, and I stretched it out like when the legging is fully flat. It's about 27 inches inseam, but like I said, these are so stretchy, you can stretch them up or down. With Amplify leggings anyway, because of how stretchy it is, whether it's normal or this new contour stuff, I really don't think that the inseam on the leggings is super relevant, because you can really stretch it. But yeah, I stretched it to about 26.5, 27 inches, so you can get these long. So yeah, to go over shorts first, I got these in a small and a medium this time, because with the cotton candy drop, I tried medium shorts again because I found they just fit really tight in the size small, and that new updated fit with 4.5 does not work on me. It is way too short. They roll like fucking hot pants. I do not like how short those shorts are. So I actually ended up getting a medium, like buying a medium myself, and I way prefer the medium in those shorts. So this time I wanted to get small and medium, because for me with short shorts there's no point getting extra small anymore. It never works out. They like dig in way too much, and it's just not, I mean, it's just not my size anymore. So there's no point in me getting it to then be like, oh, it doesn't fit right. It's not my size, that's why it doesn't fit right. So I've been doing smalls and mediums.
With the normal 4.5 shorts prior to the updated fit, I was a size small, and I still am a size small. I still wear a size small. I also found the updated fit, I know they said it was less compressive. I personally found it more compressive in the waist. So I was a medium, both waist and also for length purposes. I've just found the small way too tight. This time I got small and medium. Now, flat lay and stuff, as I will have shown you, these bands aren't too dissimilar to the last launch. However, what I have noticed, and this is why I'm so glad I've had these items for a few days and I've been able to wear them a bit more, this waistband does not retain its shape or its compressiveness like original Amplify does. So with my original Amplify, I've never noticed that I wear them a few times and then they feel less compressive. I just haven't had that experience with my Amplify. I know some people have, but mine haven't really stretched out much. Especially my size smalls, they just haven't really stretched out much. However, these definitely have, and when I first put the medium on, it felt similar to my cotton candy medium. But then the more I've tried it on for try-on clips and walking around and stuff, it now doesn't feel compressive at all really in the medium. So keep in mind that yes, you might get these and they might feel similar to the last launch, because when I first got these, it felt similar in the shorts at least to the last launch. However, having worn them a bit more, yeah, these do not retain their sort of shape and compression as much as normal Amplify. Maybe because they're a bit like softer in wash on the band, I don't know. I did notice that some of my waistbands are thinner and some of them aren't, but I think that's just a discrepancy, to be honest. I don't think it's a new feature. But yeah, my preferred size for a compressive but comfortable fit would be a size small, and my preferred size in the shorts for a comfortable fit with like minimal compression, because the medium, after a couple times wearing it, it's really not that compressive, would be a medium. It is worth noting that when you do go up a size in the shorts, you do get a little bit of extra length. It's still a 5-inch inseam, but obviously they grade it up so the whole short is like, the whole drop of the short is longer because it's a bigger short. It's not that it's got a longer inseam, it's just a longer short. And I do find that they don't roll quite as bad. Walking around, they do still roll, but they don't roll as bad or as quick as my size smalls do. But I just prefer how these feel. They feel like they hold me in a little bit more, which I do like. I don't like feeling like a busted can of biscuits, but I like feeling a little bit held in. So I do prefer a size small in the shorts. So I would say true to size. I don't think you need to size up this time. Last time in the new fit I said to size up. I don't think you need to size up this time. These fit really, really good. And in terms of rise, these cover my belly button now. So again, like I said, sort of a mix between the previous fit prior to the updated fit, and then a mix of that and the cotton candy updated fit where they shorten things. It's sort of a mix between the two, and because it's so stretchy, you can definitely like pull it up even further if you want to, which I personally like. So yeah, I would say the shorts are true to size. Yeah, I wouldn't size up or size down in them. I think they're true to size. And if you are between sizes, whether you go up or down will depend on your preference. So if you are between, go down a size. If you like a more compressive fit and rolling doesn't really bother you, I would go up a size if you are between sizes and you like a bit more of a comfortable fit. And rolling bothers you, or if rolling bothers you full stop, I would recommend that you do go with a size up. If you've got thicker thighs in particular, if it bothers you, yes, go for it. But I do find with the shorts, the bottom band being a little bit thicker, like I said, it helps to sort of push your glutes up a little bit. But what it also helps with is, I found in the size small cotton candy, the bottom of my arse cheeks could actually be out when I was training. It would roll up over the bottom of my arse cheeks. This stops that happening, this being a bit thicker. So yeah, it might really roll and turn into like a hot pant look, but it won't expose the bottom of your bum cheeks, and I do think that is because of this bottom band. Yeah, they do roll, they will roll. I wish we still had bikers because we need more than one inseam option. Personally, I would like 6.5 to 7.5 as a biker option, and then if they want to have the short option as 4.5, I'm happy to sacrifice it. as long as we've got the bikers. But in terms of like overall length and how these sort of sit, these will fit very similar to the old 4.5, not the new 4.5. More similar to that, but it is a 5-inch inseam. So then moving on to the leggings, I got extra smalls and smalls because those are the sizes I go between for leggings. Mediums are always way too big, because I find that ALPHALETE's sizing tends to go short shorts fit tightest and smallest, leggings bikers. So I'm always an extra small in bikers, leggings extra small or small, shorts small or medium. So I got extra small and small in the leggings. I'm kind of indifferent, to be honest. There isn't, as you'll have seen, a huge difference in the waistband between the extra smalls and the smalls, but I do think, especially because these really seem to stretch out and not hold their shape as well as normal Amplify does, I think extra small is my preferred size for the leggings. I feel like the glute contour works a bit better and sits a bit better in the extra small. It looks like it's a bit more functional as opposed to a design feature in the size small. And also in the extra smalls, I find that the distance between the top of the gusset and the top of the waistband is a little bit shorter, so I get less sort of excess fabric and gathering in the crotch, whereas in the small, it's definitely longer here as opposed to in the extra small. And I feel like the scrunch looks better in the extra small as well. The small goes up my lower back a little bit more. Again, still prefer the scrunch on the shorts, but I do find that the extra small just looks a bit better, and especially because these definitely, like historically, I'm saying historically, it's been a few days, these do not hold their shape or their fit as well as normal Amplify does. I feel like these might stretch out a bit more over time. So personally, I like extra small in the leggings, and I am like really between sizes for leggings. Like I said, I go extra small or small. To give you a flat lay visual on what I'm talking about here, about like the extra small having less room here, I prefer it. I feel like it fits with less excess fabric overall as a result, as opposed to a size small, and porcelain has like a particularly big section here. I feel like you can see there's a lot more material from the top of the waistband to the top of the gusset, so I definitely prefer an extra small in the leggings for this reason, to be honest. I think it looks better. I also think the scrunch looks better. To give you guys a visual from the back, because I've just said obviously the scrunch looks better, I just feel like this fits better on me than this. I get much more of like a lower back scrunch in the size small, especially in the porcelain colour. So if you always get one size in your Amplify, whether it's a tighter drop, a looser drop, whatever, stay true to size. If you've never bought from ALPHALETE before, I would recommend that you try your true size. If you are between sizes, I would recommend you go with your size down if you like a more compressive fit. And you have a bit of a smaller waist maybe, and if you like a bit more of a comfort fit and a little bit less compression in the waist and you are between sizes, I would recommend you go with the size up. So yeah, my preferred sizing is a size small for the shorts and an extra small for the leggings to round up overall true to size. But if you are between sizes, you will either size down if you prefer a bit more compression, and size up if you prefer a bit more of a comfort fit. But yeah, in terms of the waistband, again, it's still a 3-tier waistband and it is still compressive. It's not like, oh my god, it's so much more breathable, it's such a big difference. It is still compressive. Like I said, some of mine are thinner, some of mine are thicker, but I think that's just inconsistencies because they haven't said the waistband is meant to be thinner. So yeah, I don't find this to be like a lot more breathable than normal Amplify. I would say it's just got a bit more stretch and give to it. It's still a compressive waistband. It's not all of a sudden low compression. I would say the biggest difference is probably in the legs. The legs on both the shorts and the leggings, because of how soft and thin this fabric is. Again, if you've ever had a really soft and thin, stretchy, uber stretchy, tight like pair of Amplify, is like that. So there isn't a ton of compression on the leg. It's definitely less compressive through the leg. So I would definitely say you can probably size based off your waist because of that. Like sometimes with Amplify, wash denim in particular was a very like stiff colour. So some people had to size off their legs, especially in the shorts, because the leg was actually really stiff. Whereas with this, the leg is so stretchy, you can definitely size it off your waist. Just obviously be cautious of like squat proofness and stuff. In terms of rise on these, like I have said and mentioned, it's like a hybrid between how Amplify was fitting birthday sale time and how it was fitting on the updated fit where they shortened it. I wouldn't say it's quite as high as the birthday sale fit, but it's definitely higher than the last launch because it covers my belly button. Just to round off my talks on the fit, I'm gonna do sizing sort of tightest to least tight. Between like the lighter colors, there isn't a huge difference in my opinion, other than porcelain. Porcelain fits very weird in my opinion. The legs on my porcelain feel more like a medium and it's a size small. Like I've checked, like the waistband feels the same as my other colors, but the leg is very stretchy on the porcelain, and I also have like a bigger distance here on the porcelain, which gives me even more excess fabric than I might have in my mocha size small leggings, for example. So it could just be my porcelain, but if anyone else does mention that porcelain fits a bit bigger, I do agree. So yeah, definitely if you are between sizes, I would size down in porcelain. And if you are someone who isn't between sizes, but you normally size down in Amplify, definitely do size down in porcelain because it just runs quite big and like stretchy. It just feels like a medium in the leg. I feel like I've got a lot of excess fabric. I would then say sand and mocha fit the second least tight. I would then say clay comes after those two. Obviously I've only got this in shorts. The other colours I have in shorts and leggings in terms of the ones I've just gone over. But yeah, I would then say clay, sort of slap bang in the middle, along with pewter, to be honest. Yeah, those are sort of slap bang in the middle. And then cashmere definitely does feel a little tighter, especially in the band. The band feels a bit more stiff. And yeah, the leg I would say is similar to the other colours, but the band feels a bit more stiff on my cashmere, a tiny bit tighter. And then black is very, very, very snug. The leg feels thicker. It's not as stretchy, still stretchy, but it's not as stretchy. And the band is very tight. I got these in a size small, and honestly, leggings, these are a size small leggings. These fit, in comparison to, for example, my mocha size small, these feel more like an extra small. The black does run tight, and so I would definitely say to size up in the black. Like I would happily wear a medium in the black leggings. They fit really, really, really snug on me. So I would definitely recommend that you do size up in the black. But all of the other ones, true to size. And then if you are in between sizes, size down. If you want a more compressive fit, size up. If you want a more comfort fit in both the shorts and the leggings. Or like I said, if you are someone who is a true size, but you always size down in Amplify because you prefer how it fits, you are okay to size down in these because they're super, super stretchy. And equally, if you are someone who has had to be sizing up and you're not between sizes, but you've had to size up in recent Amplify drops because they've been super tight, for example, Galactic Ocean, if you had to size up in that, Digital Violet wash denim, you can get your normal size in these and they will fit completely a-okay. To round up my thoughts on the Amplify contour range in terms of the bottoms, would I recommend them? It's gonna massively depend on your preference. If I was buying based off what I look for in a legging, I would probably get one pair of shorts just to try them out. I would avoid the leggings because one, I'm not a legging person anyway, but also I just feel like those leggings, especially with the waffle print, first of all, the waffle print really isn't me. Second of all, I tend to only do errands in leggings. I very rarely train in leggings. That could change going into winter, but I am more of a shorts person. And to me, running errands in waffle print leggings, I'm not sure how I feel about that. I really wish they'd done the leggings without the waffle print. I'm just not crazy on it. But yeah, if I was buying, I would probably get one thing, and that would be a sand pair of shorts, which I'm actually gonna buy on the launch day because I don't have them. I thought I'd prefer mocha, but I way prefer sand. So I'm gonna buy this colour in shorts on the launch day, because I do actually like how the shorts look on the glutes, and the 1/2 inch does make a difference. But to be honest, the main reason why I'd be buying the sand shorts is more for the colour. I don't think the new design is groundbreaking, but I do think that bottom band on the shorts helps to lift the glutes a little bit, and they are very glute flattering, I'm not going to deny it. But the quality isn't my favourite, which is why I would probably just get the one colour that I really like, because it doesn't come in normal Amplify. So yeah, it's not my favourite, but yeah, if you like I've said so many times, if you like the really soft thin Amplify, you'll love this drop. You're going to eat it up, but I personally want a bit more durability and thickness out of my gym wear personally. Okay, so moving on to the sports bra. This will not be as long as the section about the leggings, I promise. So I've got this in white, I've got mocha, I have got pewter, and I have also got sand. So details wise on these, just to show you really quickly, it's a super low cut bra in the front, and as you can see, it's much more of a short line bra. Like this part here for the boobs is actually quite small. You've got a really deep scoop neck in the front. You've got some under bust ribbed contouring at the front just there. You have a little bit of contouring around the sides as well. Just a little bit more ribbing. And then from the back, it's a racer back with a cutout, and the branding is on a little block, and it's a sticker. And then yeah, the seams are a little thick on this, but this band is actually surprisingly really comfortable, doesn't dig in, and overall it's pretty flattering, to be honest. These do come with removable padding. I always take the padding out of bras. I don't like having padding in bras, so yeah, I take the padding out. One thing to note before I even get into the rest of this, the white, you cannot keep the pads in this. So if you are eyeing up this bra and you like keeping padding in bras, you cannot keep the padding in the white bra. I'll show you in the try on clip, but you can completely see the padding when it's in. It looks really bad. You need to take the padding out of the white bra. You cannot wear it with padding in, because the fabric's a little thinner. So it is like double layered, so once you take the padding out, you can't see your nipple through it because it is double layered, but obviously the padding sits between the double layer, so it's only got one layer over it, which is quite thin, which means you can see the padding through it. So the padding, in my opinion, in this bra was pointless because it doesn't work. You can completely see it, and this is a medium and it's still stretched enough to be able to see it. So take the padding out of the white bra, you can't wear it with padding. But yeah, those are the details. So size wise, I got these in smalls and mediums, and I would honestly say these are true to size. The medium is a bit big, I don't really like how it fits, and this is a low support bra anyway. The white feels like if I was to do something bent over, it would bunch a bit in the front, which with this lower cut, I'm gonna be giving someone a show in the gym, which I don't want to do. So I'm sticking with a size small in the bra. I would say if you have, especially based off what I've seen other people say as well, if you've got boobs, which I do, they might be fake, but I've got them, the bra is true to size. If you have a smaller chest, I would say to size down in the bra because it is incredibly stretchy, and you don't want to have gaping on this with it being such a minimal bra from the front. But look at how stretchy that is. It's got a lot of stretch to it. The fabric is super stretchy. So I would say if you've got a particularly small chest, and you can usually size down in a sports bra, to size down in this one. If you tried the impact bra and you had to size down in that bra, size down in this one, because it reminds me of it quite a lot in terms of the low cut, in terms of the fit. But yeah, this is definitely true to size because I am a size small. But yeah, for people with boobs, definitely true to size because I wear a size small in most bras, and I wear a size small in this and it fits well. Just to show you what the bras are like measurement wise and sizing wise, the white ones are medium, and then the sand and mocha ones are a small, which is my true size now with ALPHALETE bras. The medium one, the band is about 12 inches and the small is about an inch smaller, and I definitely prefer a size small.
And if anyone was wondering about how much fabric there is here, it's about 4 inches from the bottom of the band to like the lowest point.
Fabric is the exact same as the leggings, super soft, thin fabric, but it's double layered, so it's not sheer at all of the colors are completely fine, you can't see your nipples or anything, but yeah, super soft, like brushed, like a brushed cotton feel to it, super like fluffy, soft, slick, like spongy feeling bra. Sort of reminds me of like if you've had a newer Amplify bra with that feel, that's sort of how it feels the same. The fabric blend is the exact same as the leggings, so it's the exact same fabric blend as normal Amplify. In terms of support, this is a low support bra, low impact, low support, and I would honestly say if you have big natural boobs, especially if your boobs sit a little lower, you might struggle with this bra just because it is more short line. I can imagine some people, if you've got a really naturally big bust that sits a little lower, it might not actually fit in the space for the boob, if that makes sense. So if you are like naturally very big breasted, I would probably skip on this bra because it's very low impact. From what I've seen, people with like medium sized chest to smaller sized chest prefer this bra. I've not really seen anyone with like big boobs raving about it, although to be fair, ALPHALETE doesn't have anyone with big boobs, so I wouldn't know. Yeah, it's a low support bra, fine for weight training. It was fine when I trained in it today. I didn't need to readjust it. I didn't have to pull it down, pull it up. It fit really well. I didn't adjust it once during my workout, but it's just for weights, no running, no jumping, no high impact. This is a low support bra. ALPHALETE are saying low to medium impact. It's a low support bra. Nothing about this is medium, it's low support. One thing to be careful of, which I've already mentioned in this video, is pilling. My gym bag, I wore my sand one to the gym today and I had my gym bag over my shoulder and it's already caught the fabric here. So this fabric is prone to pilling, so I would be very careful with what you wear over it. Don't wear any sort of terry texture hoodie over it because it'll rub against the fabric and it will pill it. Wear similar fabrics only over this fabric. Try not to wear the sports bra on its own if you've got a cross shoulder bag on because it will catch on the fabric and it will pill, which is really annoying. It shouldn't be so delicate. Another thing that I do have to give props to ALPHALETE for with this bra is the fit on the side boob is, it's really good on this. My issue with their bras recently has been, I don't know who they've been sample testing on, but my boobs sit more to the side, and the Amplify bra, they took away material from the side. The Revival bra took away material from the side. Tri bra took away material from the side, and slowly one by one, all my favourite ALPHALETE bras off the fucking table, mate, because I looked, especially the Amplify bra, the straps are so long and there's such a lack of side boob, it genuinely looked like glorified nipple covers. Like that's how thin it was on the side of my boob. So been not enjoying ALPHALETE bras recently with the changes that they've made to them. This one, however, has a really good cut here. It's no side boob spillage on me in a size small. So if you are like driven mad by ALPHALETE's side boob epidemic, this bra will work well for you. The only thing to know is where the bra inserts come out, I do get a little bit of like bagging here, like literally where the inserts come out. They come out here and this bit goes a bit like baggy and won't stick down, which annoys me a little bit, but I will take that issue over half my tit out any day of the week. So in terms of my overall thoughts on this bra, it is definitely my favourite seamless bra that ALPHALETE do now. Before, I would have said Revival, I would have said Amplify. However, I do actually like this design, and also the side boob fit is really good. So I do like it. However, I wouldn't say it's anything groundbreaking. Maybe it feels groundbreaking because ALPHALETE don't do many like super minimal bras, but it is just a seamless bra. Like it's not special. The fit on it is really good, but I wouldn't say it's a special bra. It looks good. I don't know, I'm just not like, you know, it's not the best thing since sliced bread. I'm not like obsessed with it, but in all fairness, will I probably wear this bra the most out of all my ALPHALETE bras, other than maybe some of my Pulse bras and some old Tri bras? I will probably wear this the most for the next month or so, however long it takes for the minimal strappy bras that they have to come. I'm more excited for those. Maybe if I hadn't seen that those were coming, I would have been more excited about this, but I'm cautious of sitting here and being like, I'm obsessed with this bra, it's my best bra ever, and then doing the same thing in a month's time, which I know I'm gonna do because I've already tried one of the bras on and it's got like a really strappy back and it's really nice. I like that sort of back. I don't mind a racer back, but that back is a lot more wow to me than this is, if that makes sense. I hope I don't sound like I'm giving hater energy. I do like the bra, I'm just not bowled over by it. It's a good fitting bra, but I'm not bowled over by it. Would I recommend it? Yeah, I would actually recommend it. I'd actually probably, at this point, I'd probably recommend the bras more than I'd recommend the leggings. And again, favourite colour, sand. I just love this colour so much. It's so pretty. But yeah, it's a nice bra, but I am more excited for the bras that they have coming up personally. Moving swiftly on, by the way, if the lighting is changing, I'm really sorry. It's getting dark outside. I started filming at 4, it's now 6 p.m. Oops. But don't worry, all the like try on clips and stuff are filmed in natural lighting. I've got a little bit of assistance now, but all my try on clips are natural lighting, so it's how the colours look. Just be cautious when I'm holding them up here, they might be a little off, but I want to get this video filmed tonight so I can edit it, because Lord knows, she's gonna take a long time. So we're moving on to joggers next. So ALPHALETE are dropping some new joggers. These are the Earth Dye Graphic Jogger and the Earth Dye Natural Jogger. So I only got the natural jogger in white. The other ones, I went ham. I got silver, which is this sort of light grey colour. And in the try on clips, I'll show you guys what these look like with like a similar paired Amplify. But this is sort of like a grey, yeah, like a creamy light grey. I got the colour Shell, which is sort of like a yellow tone you'll see in the try on clip. I got the shade Mudstone, which is like a warm brown, very sort of actually no it's not, which is like a warm brown. It sort of reminds me of chai a little bit. And then I got Ash, which is like this dark browny grey sort of shade. If I hold Mudstone up, you can see this is a bit more grey tone, this is more warm brown. And again, the same with Silver and Shell. This is a lot more grey, this is more yellow. So these joggers, right, details wise, let's go over the details first because I've got a lot to say about these. So details wise, you've got a drawstring at the top, you have got a nice little drawstring. This is unbranded, which ALPHALETE normally do branded drawstrings, but for these it's just a standard drawstring. And then you've got this design on the front. So you've got a little learn more, dream more, be more moment, wolf head, and then a claw on the left leg, and then it goes into a cuff at the bottom. There are pockets on the side, but no back pockets. This branded stitch on at the back in the middle. Front seam, back seam, and then no design on the right leg, that's completely plain. I'm gonna pop a clip in here comparing these to the Here Comes the Sun joggers and the Academy joggers, so I'll pop that in here. Fit wise on the joggers, I've just put them over a Here Comes the Sun pair. These are both a size small. They're very similar. The new ones are maybe a tiny bit bigger on the waist, maybe by about ½ an inch, but even down to the waistband, like it's pretty much the exact same, even down to like the different layers on it, it's pretty much the exact same waistband. And again, you've got drawstrings. These are not branded, but yeah, the cuff at the bottom is the exact same. They fit really similar, to be honest. ALPHALETE are saying these are a 31-inch inseam. Based off my size small, it's actually 29. I don't know if maybe they base it off like a medium or a large maybe, but mine are 29. But I'm not like complaining about it because these are still a very good length jogger. Normally ALPHALETE joggers are like high waters on me. Like Academy joggers, absolute ankle swingers. These are definitely my favourite fitting joggers from ALPHALETE. The main difference between the two is on the Here Comes the Sun, the crotch to the top of waistband like drop height is 12 inches. These ones, it's 14 inches, so it's an extra 2 inches in terms of like how high they can go on your waist, which I actually really like, because I like the Here Comes the Sun joggers like fit, but I do find them more of a mid-rise, whereas these are definitely a high-rise jogger, and I feel like ALPHALETE never do this fit in like a high-rise jogger, so I really like how they fit. And these are the Academy joggers compared, just to show you how much longer these new ones are. I way prefer the length of these, and even if you are shorter, I wouldn't say they're too long, I'll say you just have to roll them at the bottom, but I feel like it looks better like that. That's how I like joggers to look. I like them to look really oversized and baggy and slouchy. So yeah, if you were curious on the leg length difference between Academy and these, they are a lot longer. So if these didn't work for you, you'll like the length of the new ones. If these did work for you, you might not like the length of the new ones. Okay, just to show you the inside of the new joggers. So the print joggers and the plain ones are the exact same. They're sort of like this bobbly, fluffy material on the inside, and on the inside they are soft. They're not rough in texture, they are soft on the inside, but it's not like smooth like the Academy jogger, for example, which is like a smooth brushed cotton. It's most similar to the Here Comes the Sun jogger. Like, hopefully you can see texture wise, these are very, very, very sort of similar. My Here Comes the Sun ones have like roughened up in the wash, so these feel softer, but I know when I got the Here Comes the Sun ones, these did feel just as sort of soft when I got them. But yeah, also, yeah, these will roughen up in the wash. And then in terms of the outside, again, they feel the exact same as the Here Comes the Sun joggers, so not like the soft brushed cotton that is on the Academy jogger on the outside. It's more of like the like a heavy jogger feel on the outside. Some people find this like too rough. I personally actually don't mind this feel on the outside of a jogger, but personal preference, yeah, it's not super soft on the outside. It's just, yeah, if you've got the Here Comes the Sun joggers, it feels the exact same as that. Less sort of brushed and soft, a little bit more of a worn, like enzyme wash texture to it sort of thing. To show you an extra small in the joggers compared to the small, I honestly like both, but yeah, the small waistband is about 14 inches and the extra small waistband is about 12 inches, so like 2 inches smaller. Yeah, and then just to show you lengthwise, the length honestly doesn't change much. They're both just as long between an extra small and a small, so something to be aware of. So yeah, it says that these are a 31-inch inseam, but mine come out at 29, and I'm pretty sure I am measuring it right, because like the shorts come out at 5-inch inseam, so I don't know what size they've based the 31-inch inseam off, but mine are 29, so yeah. I don't know, but very similar in fit to the Here Comes the Sun joggers, as you will have seen, which I'm happy about. The Here Comes the Sun joggers, the difference between these and those is, honestly, these are high-waisted, and the Here Comes the Sun joggers are more sort of mid to high rise. This section here, from like the crotch to the top of the waistband, is longer on these new joggers. It's a little bit shorter on the Here Comes the Sun, which meant my belly button was usually out. So fit wise, these are really, this is my like ideal sort of fit for a jogger. It's high waisted, it's oversized, it's long, the cuff is like not too tight but not loose. They bag a little bit at the bottom, so I've not got like high waters, ankles afraid of the dark moments. I've not got those issues going on. They've got a drawstring, they're a good oversized fit. The only thing I would say is and I think this is because Christian doesn't like balloony pockets, but I actually like when a jogger has like, maybe it's because I'm like narrower around the hip region, but I quite like it when a jogger has a like built-in sort of balloon effect around the hips. These don't at all. They're sort of like straight around the hips and then oversized, if that makes sense. But yeah, they're a true oversized jogger, and the white ones, which are plain, are the exact same fit. So I'm going to talk about the two interchangeably because there is no difference. It's the same fabric, it's the same fit. Everything between the two is the same. There isn't a difference between the two. Fit wise, love these, and I do actually like the design as well. Like I said to people in my Discord group, I'm more excited for the joggers than I was for the Amplify. Like I was so excited for these, especially because of how much hype they were getting. I was so excited. However, these for me, and again, this will come down to personal preference because I spoke to Dylan about this, and obviously he lives in Texas. It's very hot over there. You guys in warmer climates will love these because it's a thinner jogger. But for me, I'm looking at the Academy jogger pricing, which is £52. We don't have pricing for these yet, but I'm willing to bet, especially the graphic print ones, are probably, I'm gonna say between £48 and £55. I would, if I had paid that price for these and I'd received this quality jogger, they would be getting returned. And it really kills me to say that because you don't understand. I wanted to love these joggers. Like the fit of these, I absolutely love. I'm so happy with the fit of these, but the quality of these, to me, because my idea of quality in a jogger, and again, everyone will be different with this, but my idea of quality in a jogger is something thick, it's something heavy duty, it's something that feels high quality. You open it, it's plush, it's, even if it's not plush, it feels weighty. These are incredibly light and they feel like, as a result, to me, they feel cheap. I don't know, I personally wouldn't pay more than £20 for these, and if I had paid more than £20 for these, I would return them. And I was saying this on Instagram earlier because you are going to see me, not in these white ones because they are like actually see-through, but you are going to see me wearing these joggers an awful lot, and I don't want to confuse people by wearing the joggers, but the reason why I'll be wearing them is because I do like how they fit. I like how they fit and I like how they look, but I've not paid for them. I've not spent hard-earned £50 on a pair of these. And if I had, I would send them back, but I haven't. I've been given them for free, which I'm super grateful for, but the quality of these, if I was spending my own money, I'd be annoyed by the quality of these. They don't feel high quality. Maybe if you're in a hotter climate, like I said, you couldn't have a thicker jogger, so maybe you would pay £50 for this, but I'm just not seeing how that works. Like, they just feel really thin, and ALPHALETE joggers always do. I've never had, this is like my favourite fitting jogger from ALPHALETE ever. They've nailed the fit, but I really want ALPHALETE to step up their jogger game when it comes to quality, because for me, being in the UK, I want warm joggers, or at least joggers that feel high quality. These just don't feel high quality. And with every single ALPHALETE jogger I've ever had, regardless of fabric, they have all pilled. Every single pair of joggers has pilled. I've got joggers from other brands that have not done that and have had them for 3 years. My Academy joggers, which I never wear because they fit so short on me, are all pilled, like between the thighs, just from like wearing maybe 4 or 5 times. So I'm pretty sure these will probably pill at some point as well. But yeah, in terms of like the thickness and the feel on the inside, it's very similar to the Here Comes the Sun joggers. So if you like that quality and that for you is worth £50, you'll probably like these. But for me, if I'd paid £50 for these and these turned up, I'd be annoyed. I'm going to put a clip in here to show you just how like thin these joggers are, so you can sort of see. Okay, so I just want to show you how thin ALPHALETE joggers are in comparison to other brands. Like, I don't know if you guys can see, but you can see how much sun you can see through these. Yes, these are a white pair, but again, it just shows you how thin these are. I am like waiting for the day that ALPHALETE do heavy duty joggers. Now, I can appreciate that not everyone wants a thick jogger, but for me, like, to be charging like, I don't know how much these are going to be, but maybe like $60 to $70 for such a thin jogger. These don't feel high quality. Yeah, they'll be perfect for like a pump cover in the gym, but like $60 to $70, these do not feel like they are worth $60 to $70. They're incredibly thin. And if I show you on these ones, even though these aren't white, you can still see just how thin these joggers are. They are incredibly thin. Then we have my Nikki Studios joggers, which these joggers will like never hold a candle to. Like, I've not tried anything like these yet.
and you can just see how much more opaque these are. Yeah, these cost me quite a bit more money, but these are definitely like overcharged. They definitely make a hefty profit on them. So ALPHALETE, I'm gonna need you to do some joggers like these, because if you can make these and charge £60 for them, your quid's in, and they would be worth every penny, as opposed to the, like, to be honest, the joggers from ALPHALETE just feel cheap. They just feel cheap, and they're not the best thing since sliced bread. There are better quality joggers on the market. Yes, these are more of like a outerwear piece. The ALPHALETE ones might be better as a pump cover jogger, but still the price needs to reflect that, and I don't think it does. But yeah, Nikki Studios wins yet again. Even down to the pockets on the joggers, they just feel like not great quality. They just feel very, like, I don't know, they just don't feel good. Also did actually weigh the joggers, and the joggers, these joggers weigh about 400 grams, whereas my Nikki Studios ones weigh 590. So it's like almost a 200 gram difference in terms of like weight of the jogger. They're a very sort of lightweight feeling jogger. But yeah, I guess it boils down to personal preference, because everyone loves these joggers, and they would be great, in fairness, I'll give it to them. These will be great as a pump cover. If you like to train in joggers and you don't want to get too hot, these will be good for that purpose, because they're very thin. They'll be good to train in because they are thin. But that's about it, and I was planning on these being like some heavy duty joggers for winter. Maybe I just had the wrong expectation for these joggers. I guess because they're in Texas, they would probably never think to make something that's like heavy duty, like high quality jogger, but I've been asking for that for like 3 years and I'm still waiting. But yeah, I was quite disappointed with these. And I know that's an unpopular opinion, so again, maybe to some people thickness and thinness doesn't matter, they just like what they like, and that doesn't signify quality to them. So yeah, everyone's obviously got their personal preference, but for me, how thin these are does suggest that they should be pretty cheap. Like I said, I'd pay £20 for them. I wouldn't pay more than £20 for them. The thing is with these, I would say to wait until Black Friday if you're interested, but the amount of hype that these joggers are getting from everyone who's tried them, I think these might actually sell out in the smaller sizes, because I think because these are unisex, I think a lot of girls are going to be getting them. So I don't even know if they will still be in stock for Black Friday. That was going to be my advice, to wait for Black Friday, but I don't know if they will be, because these are getting a lot of hype. I don't know what my advice is. I hope that they do stay in stock so that you guys can get them at a decent price for what they are. But yeah, basically how I would explain it is, if I paid £50 for these and they turned up, I would send them back because they don't feel like they're worth £50. I've actually done that. Nikki Studios did another drop, and they've dropped their GSM because people complained that they were too thick. There's no thick joggers on the market. Like, we need the thick joggers, but they dropped their GSM because people complained. I guess maybe I am in the minority with wanting a heavy duty jogger. But yeah, I paid about £60 for those and I sent them back. I literally emailed them. I was like, I'm really disappointed. They were like, I'm really sorry. I did feel bad, but I was like, I'm so disappointed. I love your joggers. Like, please bring the thicker ones back. So we'll see if they do. But yeah, the proof is in the pudding. I've received joggers this thin and I did send them back because it just wasn't worth the price. In terms of sizing for these, I got an extra small and small in different colours, different various colours. Across the plain ones and also the printed ones. I prefer a size small, which is sort of like true to size for like joggers. Most of my joggers are a size small. I don't think you need to size up from your normal jogger size for an oversized fit. Obviously you can if you want a super baggy fit, but if you just like a normal oversized fit, you can stay true to size. If you want them less oversized, you can definitely go a size down. But yeah, it's not like the Academy joggers where you would have had to go up like 3 sizes for a proper oversized fit. They are pretty oversized. The extra small are oversized, but I just prefer the small on me. And yeah, I would say just go true to size for a normal oversized fit. Taper up or down depending how oversized you want them to fit. Moving on to the 2 final things, my voice is going so bad.
They had drop in another heavy cotton pump tee, oversized fit, hypoallergenic and shrink free, enzyme wash for a broken in feel, high neck with ribbed collar. It's the heavy cotton pump cover. You guys know by now, if you've got one of them, they're all the same, and it's just a different design. So it says ALPHALETE here on the left hand side, and then at the back it says ALPHALETE sort of in the bottom, and then the bottom, and then all these say ALPHALETE basically, but if you look up close, it's sort of got this like brick design on it where the print is sort of got like holes in it, and yeah, it's printed on like a normal print on a t-shirt would be printed on. I only got one of these. My size for heavy cotton pump covers is a size large, fits the same as the other ones. I got this in the chocolate. I only got one just to check the fabric because it didn't say that this was heavy cotton, so I didn't know what the fabric would be like. Otherwise, to be honest, I wouldn't have picked it up. I just don't really like the print on this. It reminds me of sort of word art, so I'm not a huge fan of the print on this, and as a result I'm actually going to give this away. So if anyone wants this t-shirt, it's a size large, just comment below and let me know, and I will pick someone to send it to. But yeah, heavy cotton pump covers, I wear a size large in all of them. I would say, so I'm usually a size small in tops, to go up 2 sizes if you want a really oversized fit. If you get your normal size, it will be oversized, but you won't be able to like tuck it up the back without the front being super short if you like to tuck it. It'll like pull too short at the front if you just get your normal size. A medium is okay on me. I like a medium if I'm going to tuck it all the way around, but if it's a t-shirt I want to tuck in the back and leave the front out, I would recommend you go up 2 sizes for it not to look strange in the front. If you're going to tuck it all the way around, you could definitely go with your normal size. Completely depends how you like your t-shirts to fit. I like a really oversized fit, so I go up to a large from a small in my normal top sizes. But yeah, you can completely customize the sizing depending on how you want it to fit. And if you're confused, comment below, message me on Instagram, and I will help you out. Okay, last but not least, they are dropping a hoodie. This is the stencil hoodie. So I got this in black. It's also coming in 2 other colorways, clay and cashmere. The clay and cashmere are like 2 tones, so the body is one color, the arms and hoodie are another. I don't like that look. I don't know if it's a UK thing. I feel like all the Americans love it, but I don't like how that looks. It looks weird to me. I just don't like it. So I got the plain black, and I got it in a medium. So in terms of details, you've got ALPHALETE on the front here in like this raised sort of bubble word mark. It's raised foam is what they are calling it. So it says ALPHALETE. Well, does it? That's the question, isn't it? So this is meant to look like the wolf head. I was talking to the Discord girls about this. This is meant to look like the wolf head, but if you look, there's a clear ALPHALET, and then apparently this is meant to be the E, but I don't think it's clear enough. If I said to my dad, and especially when the print is so big on the back as well, again, it's the raised rubber writing. If I said to my dad, and this is a good test for anything in life, what does this say? He would say this says ALPHALETE, because I don't think it's obvious that this thing down here is meant to be an E. It looks more like a UFO. I mean, I guess if you put it that way, it's an E, but then it's completely the other way to the rest of the logo. I get maybe it's trying to be like streetwear, a little bit different, but to me it just looks like it's not spelt properly. It reminds me of the time when I bought a matching set from Nikki Studios and it said Nikki Stewardos on it, and I emailed them and I was like, you've spelt Studios wrong, can I send this back and get a refund? And they were like, oh, it's actually part of the concept. And I was like, well, that's funny, because you've not mentioned that misspelling is part of the concept anywhere. So I feel like they just printed it wrong and expected to get away with it. I do think, because I don't see what else this could be, I do think this is an E, but I don't think it's obvious enough. So just a heads up if you are getting the hoodie, especially because it's so big at the back, it does look like it says ALPHALETE. Just giving you a heads up. A heads up? A heads up. I meant to say heads up. But yeah, you've got the sort of cross front hood at the front with no drawstrings, and it definitely sits a lot higher on sort of the neckline than other ALPHALETE hoodies. You've got the standard ribbed cuffs at the bottom of the sleeves, super oversized. You've got a big kangaroo pocket at the bottom of the hoodie, and then again ribbed hem at the bottom. Another thing to note as well is that the inside of the hoodie isn't the same as the outside. So the outside is like a typical hoodie feel, and then the inside feels sort of like a stiff t-shirt.
So this is the new hoodie, and fabric wise it's very, very similar to like the core hoodies or the Unity hoodies, basically any of ALPHALETE's hoodies. Fabric wise, the Unity and core hoodies are, this won't focus, but it's 55% cotton, 45% polyester, and the new ones are actually slightly different. So these ones are 52% cotton, again it's not going to focus, 52% cotton, 48% polyester, so a slight fabric change, but honestly they don't feel too different. If anything, the inside of this just feels a little bit more felt like almost like it's so soft it's like felty on the inside, and the outside feels very, very similar. Like I don't think most people would notice a difference. It could also be because the inside of the hoodie is like cotton jersey, whereas the inside of these hoodies feels the exact same as the outside, so it could be the cotton jersey on the hoodie causing the fabric difference. But yeah, the hoodie is a little bit different on these, and also no drawstrings. Show you a flat lay of the new hoodie compared to the Unity hoodie. These run a little bit less oversized, so I prefer a size small in the Unity and core hoodies, but the medium in this would definitely be my preferred size in order to fit similar to a small. So consider, if you like the fit of your core or Unity hoodie, going up a size, because it is not quite as big in the body. Again, in the sleeves it's also a little less oversized, but the cuffs are very, very similar. There isn't a huge difference between the cuffs, they feel pretty similar. And then the main difference up here is these don't have a drawstring on them. So the hoodie obviously is lined with like this cotton jersey, whereas the old hoodies are lined with the same fabric. But yeah, on the Unity and core hoodies you have a little bit more of a dip here. I feel like it comes a bit lower under your neck, and you've got drawstrings, and on this it's more of like a snug, more straight across cut, as opposed to being a bit further down, and there's no drawstrings. This does feel a little bit stiff at first, but it felt really comfortable after a while, and I do really like it. But yeah,
so yeah, I got a medium in this. Normally in the core hoodies and the Unity hoodies I get a size small, because a size small in those fits more like a medium. It's definitely a more oversized fit than this one, whereas the medium fits similar to a size small Unity and core hoodie. So if you like the fit of your Unity or core hoodie and you have one and you wear a certain size in that, I would go up one size for the same fit in this hoodie. It's definitely not as sort of long when it's on as the Unity and core hoodies, so definitely go up a size from your size in that hoodie to get the same effect in this hoodie. If you don't have a core or a Unity hoodie, like I said, I wear a medium in this for a nice oversized fit. I think a small would be a little bit too short on the body for me, so I would definitely recommend going up a size for a good oversized fit from your normal top size. Like I said, I'm normally a size small, and it does even actually say relaxed fit. In terms of quality, this feels a bit nicer in quality than the core and Unity hoodies. It's definitely a little bit thicker and a little bit more heavy duty. It feels a nicer quality in my opinion, and I love those hoodies, but this definitely does feel a bit thicker and a bit higher quality, so I actually really like this. And spelling aside, because again I don't think the E, if that is the E, I don't think it's obvious enough. Especially if people don't know the brand, it just looks like it says ALPHALETE. However, that aside, I do actually recommend this because it does feel like a really good quality hoodie, and ALPHALETE just do good quality hoodies in general, but this is a little more thick and heavy duty compared to the Unity and core hoodie. So yeah, spelling aside, I do actually recommend this. 2.5 hours of sitting and talking to you guys later. My haul is done. We're going to draw it to a conclusion. Overall, this is not my favourite launch that ALPHALETE have ever done. I wouldn't say it's the best launch they've ever done. It's definitely not my favourite. I like the colour palette. I do like the colour palette, but it's definitely just not. It's just not my favourite drop that they've ever done. I honestly feel like Scrooge for saying that, because I feel like this drop is getting a lot of hype. I almost feel like I need to hype it up as well, and I'm just going to be completely honest, it feels almost like there. By the way, just to clarify, there's been no pressure from ALPHALETE for us to really push this launch, but because they've not launched ALPHALETE activewear in so long, or at least a new product in so long, albeit it's still Amplify, but it is new, it does feel like there's a bit of pressure to like at least pick something that we really, really love. And like I just feel pressure to recommend these things this time. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because sales have been bad, because we've just been doing t-shirts and pajama pants, but I do feel like there is like a, and again, it's not coming from the brand, no one said anything, but it does feel like there's a pressure to like this drop, or to like, I don't know, I feel a little bit of pressure. And this is the first time, like I said, where I've ever actually been anxious about posting a review, because I'm a little bit concerned I look like Scrooge, because I know like a lot of people really do love this launch, but I just, it's not that I would say I like it, but I wouldn't say like I love it. And I do think that they've got some quality issues going on. I wouldn't say that thinner and softer always means better. For some people it might. Between 50 and 60 pounds on a pair of leggings, I don't think it's necessarily a good thing that that's the experience that they're going to be having, and they're going to be having issues with durability. I don't think that means improved. I don't think that means better, but everyone will have their own preferences, and that is completely fine. That's just my preference. I'm sure there will be people who have watched this video, and the things that I've said I don't like about it, they're like, oh my god, that's right up my street. I love thin stuff. I love super soft feel. I love waffle design, and that's great, because the purpose of these videos is not for me to tell you, you do not buy this product, or you do buy this product. I'm giving you the information, and there might be something that I say I absolutely love about something, for example, and you might think, oh, I hate that, so I'm not going to get it. That's the purpose of these videos. It's not for me to dictate what you should and shouldn't be buying. It's for me to give you my opinion, give you my thoughts, and you guys are fully grown women. You can make your own decisions on what you do want to buy and what you don't want to buy. And hopefully, like, even when I don't like things, like I said, it can make you identify something that you do like, and then maybe you end up finding something you really love because I fucking hated something. Like, that is what this is about. So yeah, I'm sorry that this hasn't been the most overwhelmingly positive review. I am a little bit conscious of that, but yeah, I do like the colour palette, and I do really like sand. So that brings me on to, what would I personally buy? I would personally buy a set in sand, one set. I wouldn't get the leggings, I'd get the shorts, and I would get a bra in sand, because I really fucking love the colour. And I know if I was looking at these hauls as a consumer, that would be my favourite colour, and I would want to try a set in it. So I would buy that, and I would buy maybe the black hoodie, depending how much it is. I don't know how much it's going to be. I would probably pick up the black hoodie as well. I would probably be duped into buying the joggers, but they would be very swiftly returned. So I'm not going to recommend that you guys get the joggers unless you really like thin joggers and that for you is worth £50. Pop off. They'll be good to train in because they are so thin, but for me, it's not something I would personally recommend that you guys pick up. Thank you for watching. I highly doubt anyone has watched this full video, and if you have, I fucking love you so much, because fuck knows how long this video is going to be. It's going to be a long one. But yeah, the timestamps are below, so you can easily flick between points that you want to get to quicker. Part 2 should be with you next week with some different sizes to get other people's opinions on them. And no, I'm not going to force them to say they agree with what I've said. They can have their own opinions, and I want to capture those on camera for you guys. so we can see how these look on different body shapes and sizes, and maybe they will work better for some than others. Maybe these girls will like them, I don't know, but I'm excited to do that video anyway, so that should be coming next week. Giveaway details will be properly finalized below because I feel like I just rambled, but do also message me if you want to be in my Discord, because I am going to be popping some gifts in there for my Discord girls on the launch day prior to the launch, and definitely follow me on Instagram because I will be putting some goodies up on there. I like doing things that are not reliant on code uses as well, because I know that first of all, not everyone can afford to shop ALPHALETE, which means they never get to even enter a giveaway because they can't afford to buy it in the first place, which is why every so often I will go on Instagram and say, if you've never tried ALPHALETE before, let me know, and I will send out vouchers. And I do that, like it's not just about a transactional thing. I genuinely do want to give back to you guys, so the Instagram and Discord ones won't be anything to do with code uses, so make sure you are either in there or following me on Instagram. If you guys have got any questions about anything to do with the launch, colour combos you want to see, colour comparisons you want to see, questions about fit, you want to send me your specific measurements so I can get you the perfect sizing, message me on Instagram. I will 100% respond to you before the launch. I always make sure I get back to absolutely everyone. If you've got any questions at all, comment them down below or message me on Instagram. I look forward to the discussions that we will no doubt be having. My voice is going. I look forward to the discussions that we will no doubt be having in the comments below about this drop. And yeah, there is some, in my opinion, better stuff coming up from ALPHALETE. So yeah, I hope to have a more positive review up in the near future. My camera battery's dying, so I've got to go. Thank you for watching. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to and you haven't already. Bye.